my Wi-Fi doesn't go out.
I it's a day. It's a day.
So if it does go out, I'll redo it and come back in and all that,
I have fully come to expect today and this week is just the Lord spreading our ass cheeks so we can get fucked in the ass. That's the day so far because I went to the DMV today.
Yeah, but here's the deal. I said, I can go at 9 a.m. And you're like,
Right.
oh, I got to go to the DMV. So we better delay it or whatever. And I'm sitting there eating bacon at 9:15. You're calling up and I'm like, well, that's basically 9 a.m. What?
The only reason I got back that early is because I woke up really early this morning and could go back to sleep.
Okay.
And so I went there. And because did you escape Minnesota before this damn DMV computer system went crashing down? Do you remember that scandal? It cost the state $200 million or something.
Yeah, and I didn't need to interact with it at all when it was in the process of crashing. So
right, because you had gone. You were a South Dakota resident by that time.
Well, I mean, my whatever your expiration date on your license, your driver's license. So I didn't need to, I think I was still in Minnesota, but I didn't need to go do anything. And then in South Dakota, we got the real ID, so that was a different experience going to the DMV in South Dakota. But you go ahead and you talk about Minnesota, and then I'll tell you about the wonders of South Dakota.
I hope your experience was better than mine. I went yesterday. Okay, is there any more sheeple people than white Minnesotans?
Yeah, they're pretty herd-like, yeah.
Like if there's a line, not only do they got to get in it, they got to jerk off to it. Like, oh my God, I'm in the line. Oh my God. We went to the DMV and I'm doing the math because I do math. My time's precious. And me and the GF are looking, and I have to get this in before I take off for winter. And I'm doing the math. I'm like, it's taken about 7 minutes per number.
Yep.
And I'm like, they're only open another 45 minutes. And I look, I'm like, there's 20 people ahead of us. We're not getting through. And this is where I really do believe, there's times where I'm tempted, DT. My philosophy is libertarianism, individuality. Let the individual prove his or her superiority or inferiority. But then when the little mouth and the little wifey poo starts yapping, I'm like, why the fuck did we give you the right to vote? Just why the fuck did we give you the right? Shut the fuck up. We're leaving. Well, why do we have to? I gotta explain math. So I went in this morning because I was up. I'm like, I'm gonna go and be the first guy there. I'm gonna go down to the Woodbury, which is whiter than white could white.
Sure.
And I get there, and there's already a fucking line like it's goddamn Soviet Russia. It isn't even open yet. People are standing in 10 degrees, shivering their asses off with their fucking pieces of paper. And I'm like, oh man. Just come on, man. Just give me one. I get there, and I'm glad I stood out with the rest of the sheep in the Soviet bread line because all of a sudden, sure enough, that line before they opened was 3 times as long. I got in there, still waited 30 minutes.
Sure. Well, everybody was thinking like you were. Well, if I get there early.
Right. These are the smarter ones, but I kind of I get in. And there's the line, and I'm doing the math again. They're taking 7 to 8 minutes again. What? Do you know this thing called the internet? Have you heard of it?
Yeah. Well, that was the whole point of the whatever their new system was. It was supposed to make it better, right? Wasn't where you're supposed to be able to do everything that you want to do that you're about to go blow a gasket on?
You think? Yes.
Yeah.
Hey. And it doesn't even have to be the DMV or the new system. Like you can usually go online, tax returns or anything government, anything requiring a form. You print it off, you fill it out, you save everybody. Everybody saves 5 minutes in the line. You're now saving days of time and making the system go faster, faster, faster. What does that fucking rely on, DT?
Well, it relies on people, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And who are they? What are they the cause of?
People are the problem, as I like to say.
I just every day missing the throw-ups are proven. Like beforehand, do I ethically and morally want to kill people? Now I'm like, yes, there's nothing more I want to do in life than just lay waste to people. Because they're sitting there, I'm number 10 in line. I'm thinking this is going to go fast. There's Herman. Oh, well, what kind of IDs can I get? I'm looking at him like, you dumb motherfucker. Couldn't you have, you're going to ask the lady in line? You took a fucking, so here's this poor woman. I don't fault the DMV workers. They're understaffed. It's not their fault. But you're talking to this dipshit who didn't go online. People coming up. Oh, I said I have to fill out a form. Oh, let me go grab one and fill it out here. I am Johnny on the spot, ready to fucking go. Good citizen American Clarey. So I don't hold up the fucking line. Fuck no. Dopey ass dipshit stand in line, communist breadline white people just I didn't know I had to fill out a form. I'm like, fuck it. No.
You should do that. You should just join the herd, man. Just,
no, I can't.
Piss off other people. Just strike up a conversation. A lot of these people that go to the DMV, this is the only time they get out of the house, so it's the only human interaction they get, and they just kind of, I don't know. That's
I have only
hey Matilda.
Yeah. I have only one goal in life, DT, and it should be everybody's goal.
I know, but maybe you need to switch that goal to cause pain to other people that that's getting caused to you.
You don't know what my goal is. How do you know what my goal is?
You try to take advantage of as much time as you can because you're gonna die.
Right. In the larger overall attempts to achieve what in life?
Greatness.
Right. Okay. How many people have lived on the planet?
Just a second. Speaking of greatness, when you did the mic check, when you asked me, "Hey, how does the mic sound?" You weren't like shrieking into the mic that you were just doing there. So I don't know. It was clicking, and it was kind of, I don't know. You might be a little too close to it. Mic check. Does it sound okay? Yeah, it does. How does it sound now?
You break into the Scotch early, DT?
No, I just got coffee going.
All right. I want to achieve not so much greatness, but how many people have lived on the planet? Humans. How many humans have lived on the planet? I looked this up. It's very interesting, actually.
Historically speaking,
since humans were first born of the apes, or however the hell we got here.
Man, I would guess we got 6 billion right now. I would guess 20 billion.
They estimate between 50 and 100 billion.
Okay.
Because we've been on the planet for 2 million years.
Right. I was just thinking that we had a lot less people in the past, and I was trying to figure out that curve very quickly, and I underestimated.
Well, anyway, so how many of them are notable, influential, historical people? How many people made history?
Oh, I mean, it's Elon Musk. I've talked about this on the podcast, the debrief, where Elon Musk says, "Well, we got to colonize the solar system because then we'll have trillions of humans, and we'll have hundreds of Einsteins. So trillions
of parasites, hundreds of hosts. Great, congratulations."
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Or geniuses. 100 Einstein geniuses.
Think of how pointless and irrelevant the vast majority of humans are.
They exist it's a probability. That's all it is. That's the only reason why they exist.
To propagate the genes that maybe thousands of generations down the road, they're infinitesimally Elizabeth Warren Indian DNA levels of genetics create a human that might be an Einstein or an Edison, or since Mary Jo Rodriguez is in, any one of the great and wonderful white males who've created and invented all the shit. It's an inside joke between me and her, because she liked the white man. I don't want to be, when you die, that's it. I don't believe in this afterlife thing. I'm kind of more and more convinced of that. So all you have is your memory that humans remember you, or you have somehow influenced, like no doubt there is a unspoken, unsung software engineer hero who programmed some kind of code in one of the very critical, Google or Microsoft or whatever. I don't want to be famous, but I want somewhat of a legacy so that when I die, it's like I helped out humanity. There is an actual legacy to point to. Now, in this case, it looks like it's going to be my books, where I redirect and reallocate people's time and resources and money to not piss away their lives. We've saved already hundreds, maybe thousands of young men's and women's lives from majoring in stupid shit. That's the legacy. I'm proud of that. So when I'm on my deathbed, I'm not going to be sitting there like, I pissed it away. I wish I ate more ice cream. I wish I spent more time with my kids. I'm like, my name is Aaron Clarey, motherfucker, and I did some goddamn good. Right?
Sure. Yep.
Right. That's my goal. When I go to the DMV, I don't want to be those people, DT. I don't want to hang out with Matilda. I don't want to talk to Herman. Why the fuck, Herman, didn't you get the fucking print off with the PDF? I know you're a boomer, but Jesus fucking Christ, you couldn't think about this? You could text grandchildren's pictures all the time, but you can't think enough to print off a PDF file and then shorten everybody's line over at the DMV. And so that's
the DMZ too, right?
DMZ too, right? And so that's all I want. It's all I want in life, DT, and I can't.
But you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. You might as well.
I am. Hang on. Let me tell you why it's a real. What's worse? A hot girl says, "You'd never stand a chance with me. I don't want to go out with you," or a hot girl that leads you on and lets you think there's a chance.
What's better?
What's worse?
Or what's worse is the one that leads you on. The
one that leads you on. And see, this is how life is with people that wish to achieve excellence. Like, you can see it. You can just, it's within reach. Yep. But, like just today, logging in, StreamYard didn't send the fucking code to get in. I'm like, is it down? Am I going to be down? Can I not do the podcast? There's always these grains of sand in the engine that just slow it down on 1,000 cut death level. And standing in line to the point, like,
But this is the herd zone. The herd zone's never going to change. When you're in the herd, the herd kind of controls when you're in the herd.
Right. But then don't lead me to believe that I can achieve. Now, I got to achieve it, but it's going to take 3 times the amount of effort. I guess that's life. I just got to accept it. I just got to accept the analogy I'm going through is writing this book where yesterday I thought I'm going to have 8 solid hours. No. You know why?
Because stuff came up, sure.
Stuff came up. I promised the nieces I'd take them ice skating.
Well, that's good.
We're going to be late. There's traffic. Driving through. Oh, did you get this? Did you get that? And all of a sudden, I don't get back till 9 p.m. at night. You know how many hours of writing I got in?
You got 2.
90 minutes.
Okay.
Not even 2 hours.
Close. That was close.
Yeah, and you just kind of think like, if everybody could turn their game up by 10 fucking %, we would have GDP grow by 20 or 30%. If people up their fucking game and drove a little bit better, traffic would go down by half. And it's that tease. It's that hot chick with red hair and big tits saying, "Come on to my house, Clarey. I feed you candy." I'm like, okay. Oh, wait. Oh, there's traffic. Oh, wait. Get a lumber in the line. Oh, we're closing the office early. It's like, fuck you people. It's like either, I don't know, maybe there should be an affirmative action program for us super smart geniuses to have our fucking shit together. Like, hey, get out of his way. Here. He skips to the head of the line. Or she gets into this program or something like that. Let these quarterbacks run with the fucking ball. But it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
No, because the danger with that is the Chinese social score where you do get points
right
for, and people like us would be fucked either way. I think they'd go, yeah, this guy's really smart, but you know what? He doesn't believe in climate change, so we're not going to send him to the front of the line.
I know. I'm not ash. I'm just it's what could be achieved. What could be possible? Imagine if everyone had their shit together like they did in the 40s and the 50s. Frugal, efficient, not wasting people's time. We got fucking good Lord Christ.
They don't have to. There's no consequence now, and that's the debrief is all about trying to institute some consequence through your own actions. Mm-hmm. Which it's not going to happen until we go through the next Great Recession.
Yep. Hard times create good people.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the South Dakota DMZ? Was that any better?
It was a wonderful experience.
You're kidding. Are you kidding?
Great. No, I'm not kidding.
Really?
I'm not kidding. See, I didn't realize that it was real ID. And so we needed to get our South Dakota driver's licenses. We needed like our birth certificate and stuff like that. You needed like 2 forms of ID and blah, blah. So we went to the DMV thinking this is going to be a normal thing, and oh no, you need this too. So we were one of the ones that would have pissed you off because we didn't have the right stuff, right? But
everyone's gonna piss me off. It's like Jesus. Everyone lets me down. Thomas or whoever, Judas there, yes.
But it was when I had everything I needed, which was I needed to get both my driver's license and the new license plates for the vehicles, right? Because you don't want South Dakotans seeing a Minnesota plate and flicking you off.
Right.
So it took less time to do both my driver's license and the license plates than it ever took me to just get a driver's license done in Minnesota. It was so simple. It's like, here you go. And they had all the license plates behind the counter. Here you go, sir.
Just give it right there. Yeah. Wow. Right there. Oh my God.
Didn't have to wait for them in the mail or however the fuck it happens in Minnesota.
Non-communist white people for the win again. Who knew?
Here you go. Here you go. Your new license plates. And they're in order. So it's too bad. We've got 3 vehicles.
Yeah.
And Mrs. DT wasn't ready with hers. So we would have had all our license plates right in a row. Like 1, 2, 3.
How cute.
Would have been the DT fleet.
Yeah. No, that would have been kind of cool. That would have been neat. No, that's
so it was. Yeah, that's why I said it was. It would be different because it is better here. It's better here, I think, in like every way, and almost like you could bring up an example every podcast about here's what I experienced in Minnesota this week, and I'll go, here's how it's different here. And that, of course.
Right. Well, you almost went for a hike on Buzzard's Roost?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
in January.
Right. And all we needed, I ordered them. I got them on Amazon and I went, I think, or maybe this is the only one I didn't go through. I need to do the blood shekels rant. That reminds me. But I've got the studs now for the shoes. If it was just me, I would have went up the trail. No problem.
Yeah.
But with all the kids there, you do not want to carry somebody out of the woods on ice with a broken leg. You don't want to do that. Or stay up with them all night with a concussion or, you just get the right footwear. That's all we needed was just to make sure we don't slip.
Right. Well, that's a fun, have you been there before the snow fell? Did you go? Okay. You'll like the view. You'll be able to see your house.
Yeah. That's what I was wondering. I was wondering if I could see.
I think because I was like, that looks like the ridge and that looks like the valley, and I think there's the water tower. I'm like, triangulate. Is it? But bring binoculars. I think.
Sure. Yep. We've got our little spy glasses or whatever. But
let's stay on top of the blood shekels here, and you can do your rant. Although I'm curious about your rant.
It's just you've got a lot of money from me.
Oh yeah, you got a ton. Adriano Ramos, $2 Australian. And then Adriano Ramos, how do I get the girls? If it is Australian, you become an American firefighter and you fly to Australia.
Right.
And apparently you just get your dick sucked there automatically. Juan Corvera, DMV here is way worse. Appointments take 3 months. Oh, yeah. Could you imagine going to the San Francisco DMV?
Yeah, well, they're handing out all their poop licenses now.
Oh, right? My God.
Here, you can poop here with this license.
You got to set up an appointment 3 months in advance?
Right.
Could you? Fuck California. Fuck you, dumbass socialists. Oh, my God. No way. That's the epitome. I'm standing in line. It's cold. We're shivering, right? I'm thinking this is like what it must have been like to be Soviet. It's cold,
right?
Dreary, Minnesota. It's cold, but they were to get bread. But that is communist. Like, you got to be in line over in California.
A line 3 months in advance.
Yeah, but think about that. That's all socialism is a shortage of necessary goods and services. So lines queue up.
Right.
And even traffic is the epitomal line. It's the number one line. It wastes your time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, at least we got free health care. At least we got free this. Let me keep scrolling here. Adriano, there's that. I think we're all caught up.
That's it. Well, we're you kind of went early to the super chat.
I had to because I don't want to go through this damn login again because all life is going to be is clicking screens and logins and usernames.
Yep.
We won't ever actually be doing any work ever again. I just wanted to stay on top of it. So what is your blood shekels rant?
Well, you've mentioned it on the podcast before that DT's got the new way of doing the Amazon affiliate. Okay, so I get it, people out there. I get it. You don't want to shop on a fucking computer. You don't want to sit at a desk in front of a computer and shop. You want to have your device out. You want to have your phone out and watch TV or whatever while you're shopping. Okay, fine. Fill your fucking cart with the stuff you want to buy on your device. Then right at the end, remember, hey, old Cappy Cap needs some money. And you go walk down the stairs to the basement or wherever.
Now you hold it. Wait, walk down the stairs? Are you crazy?
Log on to your computer.
Log on now? Are you nuts?
Hit captaincapitalism.blogspot.com.
Scroll down. Wasted porn I could be watching.
Just a little bit. Click on the Amazon, and then boom, your page comes up. You've got the cart right there. You click cart, you click checkout, you're done. And Cap gets, how much percent do you get?
I get a 6 to 7% commission.
6 to 7. So I think you got at least.
Oh God, you guys blew what, $2,000 over the recent?
I don't know. It might have been that much. It's 70 to $140, right?
Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, $140.
If
they'll pay for the gas for me to get all the way out to Vegas.
And so it's not that. I mean, I've been friends with you for a while, and I've never done that, right? I feel really bad now because I've always just kind of, when I'm on my device, I just hit buy and be done with it, right? But it's not that much of an extra effort to support old Cap to just do all your shopping on your device. Then just at that last step, make sure you're on your computer. And look, Cap it was no sweat off my balls. It was nothing.
Cost you nothing extra. Yeah. No, don't feel bad because I still have these friends. They're in Del Mar, California. Ever been to Del Mar, north of San Diego?
It's famous for something, isn't it?
It's just beautiful, nice. I'm trying to like it. It's like the Wayzata of the Twin Cities, or the Wayzata of San Diego. It's right on the beach, rich, and so I have friends that live there, and they hate leaving the house. All they want to do is walk from their home down to the beach. That's it.
Right.
The dude is an amazing dude. He goes out and catches fish on his kayak. Okay. They're like 75% self-sustaining in a major metro area. So she has like not a vineyard, a garden, and he goes out and catches the fish. Just a really cool couple. And so they buy everything on Amazon because they don't want to go to that. So they had done some major repairs, I think, and they blew $14,000 on materials.
Right.
And they say, hey, you could buy all this stuff on Amazon. We spent $14,000 on. I'm like, please tell me you went through my Amazon affiliate program. They're like, what's that? I'm like, no.
The weird thing is, though, you have no idea if it's going to you or not. I mean, you click on it, the window opens up. There's nothing on your receipt or anything that says that it's going through properly. So
it usually does. If you're doing it through the computer, you go through the Amazon affiliate link, which is located, by the way, at olderbrother.com/donate. Click on the Amazon image there, takes you there, and you're set to go. It usually does. And, I've never put any of my finances dependent upon it. It's been like beer money and then some, and that's great. But yeah, if everyone did what you did, like if everyone, it's a habit. I'm sure everyone would like to help out. There's no doubt about it. And not just me, like there's other podcasts. Like I go through the great ones, Amazon affiliate program. Back when Tom Likas was on, I would go through Tom Likas's Amazon affiliate program, and you could spread it out, you could spread it out. But if you just get into the good habit, that is the best way to support, podcasters, content creators, whatever, without it costing you a dime. And so if everyone gets into the habit, if you get in the habit and you can inconvenience yourself for the great Capmeister and go to the Amazon affiliate program or bookmark it or whatever, that helps out. And I know it's very inconvenient to go on off the phone, but it does help.
But my point is that I figured out a way so it's even less inconvenient. You still do all your goddamn shopping while you're watching Netflix, upstairs on the couch, on your phone, blah, 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 or you're at work and you're kind of shopping around at lunchtime. Just wait for that last step. It's not a big deal. And with 2-day shipping, who the fuck cares? I mean, if you have to wait a half an hour, 4 hours, whatever, it's not going to make a big difference. So, but
what's sad? What was that article came out that millennials had the attention of goldfish? The attention span
9
is going
seconds.
Down. Yep. Okay, whatever it happens to be, it's going down. I have to find the data, but something like there should be a chart out there somewhere, like the number of clicks you have to go to, or the number of sites you have to go to, like what % of your audience you lose. Like if I want to if I want to read an article and I have to click 2 or 3 times, you only get 5% of the original people who saw the front page actually go through. Or like now this is funny and I have a vested interest against them, but have you gone to these mainstream newspapers, websites, the old newspapers, that legitimate newspapers, but now they have the internet and you're like, oh, here's an article I want to read. And they say, if you'd like to continue reading, subscribe. Go fuck yourself. I don't need to read the LA Times. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I hate it where they have a sponsored link on Facebook and then they don't make the article free. What the fuck are you doing? You just want us to react to the title, assholes?
Well, it's so funny because it shows you just to what extent people who want to become journalists, just what a hobby it is. Like they will become journalists at any cost. They will work for, like most of the Huffington Post writers work for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically a blog. It's they'll say, oh, the Huffington Post said this today. No, they didn't. It's just some fucking blogger on there that's writing an article for free.
Right. Or then Condé Nast, they got like they own Glamour or Inquirer or something like that, all the women's magazines. And then XO Jane and Salon and Slate, they don't make a damn penny and they have free fucking writers. I mean, it is just it's basically a diary of American leftists and feminists who just have to I'm doing the data on this book. Millennials on average are 30. It's like, dude, give it up.
Are 30 years old?
You're 30 years old. Yeah. Okay, your youth is gone. All right, you're not old yet, and you're not quite middle age. But give it the fuck up already. Like if you're 30 and you're still dicking around, like I want to be a journalist, I want to be a content creator. Like fuck you. When you're getting gray hair now? When the fuck are you going to grow up and actually start supporting yourself like an adult? Oh, they still go, man. They still got to make it.
You know what word I hate? You just said it.
What's that?
I hate content. I hate that word.
Yeah.
In our world, blogging, podcasting, whatever, it's always, oh, I put out this content and I put out this content and I have this content over here and I really like that content and it's shit. That's all it is. It's stuff. This is my stuff. This is my shit. This is whatever. It's not, you don't need to put a fancy name on it. Content.
Well, and I wish it was quality content. It's not.
No,
I mean, remember? Okay, let's go back in the day. Back in the day, we're in the 80s. Remember the 80s, DT?
Yes.
Everything was great in the 80s. We had Ronald Reagan, early to mid 80s. Great.
Loud colors.
Well, it was more late 80s. So, people got haircuts. All that brown drab 70s shit went away. What was on television?
In the 80s.
In the 80s.
Well, I just remember cartoons, like awesome cartoons.
Bugs Bunny, Knight Rider. If you made it to television, now some good shit. You just because there were only so many channels. Then you had cable, right? And the rich kids had cable. Oh my God, they got cable. Let's go over there and watch cable. They got HBO or Cinemax or whatever the fuck it was. And then all of a sudden, the bandwidth on cable, whatever. Now there's like 1,000 channels and nothing's on.
Yep.
Right. So the quality went down. Mm-hmm. Now you have the internet. Before you thought there was 1,000 channels and nothing on. We have millions of channels and jack fuck all shit on.
You've got
Jack fuck all shit.
I talk about Pluto TV, free internet TV, and it's awesome because most of it's old stuff. A lot of it is, there'll be a channel. Well, I watch the channels almost exclusively devoted to MST3K and RiffTrax. That's what I watch. And it's great. I love it. And I love those guys because they don't RiffTrax is new. RiffTrax is the same guys that were on MST3K, but now just riffing on movies. And then, of course, everybody knows what Mystery Science Theater 3000 is.
Well, I don't know. You're very special in that regard.
And the new stuff, they don't get political. I love it. I'd love to get a hold of them and just say, because some of the guys from that show have done it, have riffed here and there on movies, and they're so fucking political. It's just like everything else. It just pisses me off. I have to turn it off. But these guys at RiffTrax, they're not. And I just like to thank them. Thank you for putting something out there that I can just enjoy and not have to go, oh, there's a rip on Trump. Oh, there's another rip on Trump. Oh, there's a rip on Republicans. Oh, there's a rip on Christians. Oh, there's a rip on this, that, and the other thing. Just be fucking funny, and that's enough.
Well, and here's the good news. Because there's a million channels and literally nothing on now. I mean, everyone could be a newspaper or their own television or radio show.
Like me.
Like you, but you
like
do
me.
It more as a hobby.
Right, yeah.
Let's boil it down. How sad and pathetic are all these millions of journalism majors or broadcaster, whatever they are, who are still, that not only today are still trying to make it their profession, but will continue to do this until they're fucking dead.
Right.
Think about that. Think about those lives all gone and wasted.
And they don't do it. They're just, I mean, they used to have standards. They don't anymore. It's like they say, well, we're journalists and we've gone to school for this, but we need to compete with all these people like old DT. So we're just going to say shit. And we're going to still claim that we're journalists and that we have this kind of high esteem and standard, but we're just like everybody else. Yeah, you're just like everybody else. So why did you go get the degree?
And how fucking sad is it that you and me have probably more pull than the average journalist, professional content creator? I mean, really think about that. Like, I did this as therapy because I don't know if you knew this, DT. I'm kind of an angry man. And yes. Don't do this. I'm going to kick children and puppies.
You wouldn't kick children. Well, some children.
Some,
but not very many. You like kids.
I like kids. There's some though where it's like you spit.
Yeah, but that's the parent. You want to hit the parent. You don't want.
Well, I want to hit the parent, but when I see a 7-year-old spit in his uncle's face, not me, but another uncle, I'm kind of like, wow, I could break your neck.
Right.
I could break a little 7-year-old's neck right fucking now because you're not going to help the herd.
But that's the parent's fault. Unless it's an actual thing wrong with their brain. You know, it's the parents' fault.
Anyway, the point is, this was done as a hobby. I've never taken a journalism class. I flunked out of 7th grade English. And all of these, I had it on the podcast last time. There's the twofatprofessors.org or .com.
I don't know.
These two fat women over in Madison, Wisconsin. I'm not even going to call them professors because they have degrees in, I think, women's studies, agenda studies, and all that. And one's got a degree in English. So you'd think the gal who has the doctorate in English and literature would have written something? No, nothing. They have nothing. Oh, they got articles published in periodicals no one's ever heard of.
Peer-reviewed papers.
But the irony that the people who didn't make it their life goal, who don't, you just kind of wing it, like, I'm going to write this book because I predict the housing market. I want to prove I'm right. All of a sudden, it's the people who are authentic, who actually have, and they're not even trying to make the fucking money. They're just, look at the best podcasters. Joe Rogan. He didn't go to school for broadcast journalism, I'm sure.
No, and I'm sure the way that came about was he just met all these really cool people and thought, what we should just, he's probably had tons of awesome conversations. And would think, man, we should have recorded that. That was a good conversation. And that's how it came about.
Right. And so here, even you and me, we're no Joe Rogans, I'll admit that. but we are way more successful than people who not only pissed away 4 to 6 years in school and all that money, they're going to piss away the rest of. We're better than any, I'm not saying morally better, but that too, because Huffington Post are a bunch of liars. We are more successful, shall we say, in an endeavor we didn't set out to do than pretty much all of the Huffington Post writers who are desperately trying to make it, quote unquote, in journalism, and now have to live some kind of subsidized life through daddy or hubby or wifey poo or the government as they live in New York and write some fucking no-name rag. I mean, take all your Slate Salon, XO Jane, Jezebel, take them all. I mean, it's sad. I have more Twitter followers than them, and that's not all dick comparing contests. It's like, what the hell? This is your profession. You should be trouncing me. How the fuck is it some no-name dipshit who's angry and likes economics kicks your ass?
Right.
It's because we're authentic. It's because we actually think about it.
Right. There's a whole argument about the democratization of media, and that some people go, when we had gatekeepers, it kind of whittled things down. Like you were just talking about in the 80s, we had only a few channels.
Right.
And so the best shows would get on theoretically. Right. And I think what happened was the gatekeepers became shit. They became social engineers. They became whatever. And so that's why this has exploded everywhere else. But I think there still is that thought that, man, if the gatekeepers could be good, and if the publishing houses actually did publish the best stuff, right, then yeah, there would be some pull there. If the journalism houses actually did real journalism and put together quality stuff, then they would have an extra pull. But the gatekeepers fucking suck. They're not authentic, like you said. They've got an agenda. They're not looking for quality. They're looking for whatever the herd will.
Propaganda is all they're looking for, right?
So there is, but it would be nice if there would be, and I guess it's probably naturally happening when you share. When you share somebody else's stuff and you've got credibility and you've got people that trust you, then that other person's going to get more views because they trust you. So it's kind of like we can all be content creators and we can all be gatekeepers too. And that's the importance of sharing things.
What I like about it is it has truly democratized things. So the cream does rise to the top. Now you got to take out.
Do you think?
Well, you got to back out the agenda and the aesthetic. Like when George Soros pays whatever to get clicks and drive. Okay, you got to back that out. But take a look at PJ Media. Take a look at Bill Burr. Even though he's a comedian, I'm talking his media presence. Take a look at. I'm trying to think who else is, and I know this may sound stupid but that's just because it's not. But there are a lot of women out there who just do a damn good job reviewing products, and they have basically made glamour, Cosmo, whatever obsolete. They talk about their makeup, and we can make fun of that, but millions of women watch that. That's where they get the. So I think it has gone. Because it's a vote, you get to send your clicks and your traffic and your viewing time wherever you want. There's nothing they can really do to stop that. So it's good in that regard. But I guess what it's funny is watching that AstroTurf part of the internet, where you have, I'm a media influencer, I'm a content creator. And it's
I hate those words.
Shit.
I hate those fucking words. I hate content. I hate media influencer. I hate all that stuff.
I know. Someone said, I had a buddy.
I'm just way too cynical to believe that crap. The word can't come out of my fucking mouth. Like the word journey and all this kind of
story, sharing my story.
It's just, I hate it.
You know what's funny is those of us who one that I just hate the most. Like the irony is that we're the best storyteller, content creator, and we all just cringe at that. You know what I cringe the most at?
What?
Life coach.
God.
Just no. And people are like, yeah, but Aaron, you are one. I'm like, I
know.
It's like Luke Skywalker finding out. Like, no, it's not true.
But unfortunately, impossible.
Well, but see, because back in the day, let's be honest about life coaches back in the day. Even today, who were they?
The life coaches back in the day.
Let's go back. Hang on, no. Remember, let's go back to school. There'd be a pep rally, right? Because nothing says excitement but mandatory pep rally.
Cheerleaders. Yeah.
Who would they have show up?
Oh, there's always some. Yeah, a pep rally. Well, the coach would show up for sure and give a
coach.
Speech.
There'd be a go. All right, but usually, or maybe there wouldn't be a pep rally. You would all congregate in the gym.
Yep.
Because
for an assembly or whatever. Yeah.
Why were we assembling?
Because there's some speaker that came in that was getting paid to make us all feel better about ourselves.
Don't
or
do
whatever.
drugs, kids. Look at that motivational. And you're just like, God, you want me to be motivated? Fucking end this 13-year prison sentence. If only there was a computer way to learn all this knowledge without having to talk to Quantahaha McQuantaha face. And I could just read on the internet or something.
You know who still does that? Where that's still done? Assemblies, basically.
No, they're still making these poor kids do that?
No, I'm not talking in schools. Where else?
College? Oh, corporations.
Government.
Oh.
Government. All these government people getting paid to do this all-day training, and over lunch, somebody comes in and gets paid to basically fluff them. I mean, it's just terrible. It's so I'm glad I was in government for about 9 months. I didn't even make a year, and it's as bad as you think it is. It's fucking nursery school.
I remember. I don't remember, but who he is, but he was some guy that got on drugs and he was in a wheelchair, and the steroids he was doing is and you just wanted to go. I don't want to see, and that's what I remember as a life coach. It's usually a loser whose only job was to do this, And
they did something, and there's some life experience that they've had because they fucked up or whatever, and they're one of the few that turn themselves around, and so they feel like they have something to say.
Right, and you know what? It's 100% true. They do have a story to say and tell, but it was always this loser. There was a loser who was redeemed. Okay, but he's still a loser. And then when you saw life coaches, it's some fat middle-aged old schlep who's got divorced, has alimony. Like, they do live in the van down by the river, right? So that's in the olden days. So that reputation carries over. You say, you're a life coach. You're like, Well, now it actually is pretty fucking important to be like a life coach, because today's life coaches, even though the vast majority of them are still the guy who lives down in the van by the river, are these guys who are like, a good half of you were raised without your fucking dads. And of the half of you that did have your dads around, 75% of your dads didn't do fuck all shit with you. And now there's this huge demand, especially among young men, to have somebody. This is why I called older brother, because I don't want to be called a life coach. To like, yeah, dude, here are the basics of life that no one fight. And not only the basics of life, here's how you've been lied to and propagandized. There's like legitimate demand now, but it still is like, life coach, storyteller.
You should get a hat, baseball hat with coach on it and a whistle. Just do videos like that. Yeah, it'd be funny.
I was thinking about getting one of them big those wigs that the British judges wear, and a judge and a gavel, because I'm getting some asshole consulting emails that are kind of like, hey, should I do X or
the
Y?
Verdict.
A or B? I hereby decree that the Royal Order of Capricorn that you will not marry the single mother with 4 kids from 5 different fathers and herpes. I have ruled, and I bang very, very loudly with the gavel.
I don't
gavel.
I don't understand the life coach thing, though. It's just, I mean, if I want to do something, I do it. If I don't want to do something, I say no. Is there anything really else you need to know about life? Really? Yeah, I mean, for me, it's always so simple. And I, you look at the self-help section of a bookstore, the library, whatever, there's all these fucking books. And is anybody really improving?
Okay, DT, I got articles here.
Okay.
And we're very harsh on women, but that's because women are the ones who have been most heavily propagandized and are leading the most hypocritical, contradictory lives. But men do it too. How do you get the girls? What's the number one thing for you to get the girls?
The number one thing
for men to get girls, what's the number one thing you do?
Well, I suppose you have to approach.
No, you hit the fucking gym.
Well, yeah.
That's hard. You diet and hit the gym.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can hit the gym and not approach anybody.
Just as women will read diet books, they'll read diet blogs, they'll read workout books, they'll watch workout videos, they'll watch workout documentaries.
They'll buy a Peloton.
What will they not fucking do?
They won't work out.
They won't work out.
Yeah.
Oh, this article says if you change these electrolytes, it's like if you took half the energy you yap and put it on the treadmill, you lose the fucking weight. Men do the same fucking thing with life. The vast majority of life coaches promise this false reality. Like pickup artists are the perfect example, although there is an element of truth and there's some legitimate ones. But the promise is that there's an easy way out.
Right.
That doesn't involve the gym. Yeah. We're this dopey, like, what is it? Real social dynamics?
I don't pay attention.
Oh, you want to talk about a fraud. Now, again, there's an element of truth. Yes, you have to approach. Yes, you have to be confident. But, well, I have one lapel up. Oh, look at that scarf, Clarey. Oh, now you're going to get the chicks. Oh, wait, your headphones got the wire going not out that way? Oh, there you go, bro. Yeah, rookie move. It's like, that's
what that is?
Bullshit.
That's the lucky, the lucky socks that the baseball player wears. It takes your mind off it. That's all that is. They're scamming you. That's all. It's on Cheers, the little bottle cap of Sam Malone's last drink. That was his lucky bottle cap, and it's a totem. That's all it is.
My point with the life coaches is they are selling this easy way out where men don't have to hit the gym. That's how simple it is. If you wear this thing, buying clothes is way easier than a lifetime at the gym. Having your hair cut a certain way is more than a lifetime at the gym. Lead with your left, not your right. Pose this way, body language, all this shit is so that you can avoid the hard truth in life, not just about dating girls, but anything, that to be successful takes what? Work. And this is where someone like Rich Cooper is a very authentic, genuine, quote unquote, I'm sure he cringes just as much, life coach, because he tells them, do the work.
Mm-hmm.
And don't even fucking talk to me if you're not willing to do the work. And that's why asshole consulting is fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Give me money. Here's my advice. Now fuck you again.
Well, Rich Cooper gets paid a lot to say do the work. So I'm sure if somebody asks him, and he's getting paid lots of money to say, well, you got to do the work.
But here's the thing. Now this is why I have the life improvement plan as well. It's one and the same thing. Rich ain't fucking around. So if people are going to spend that much money, they're serious about it. And I can understand him doing it. So he may not have 1,000 clients a day like I got at Asshole Consulting, but his time is certainly not wasted. My life improvement plan is I got sick and tired of, I'm a loser. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, you're lazy. Give me $10,000 and I will give you back $5,000 when you accomplish your goals. Mm-hmm. And that, because it's like, put up or shut up. I don't have time. How's your mother? Where's your father? Well, Freud says, It's like, no, like 95% of people's fucking problems are because they're motherfucking lazy, period. And the scam, these fucking psychologists and frauds and life coaches. Well, hey, if you do that, all it is a dance around the truth that you're a lazy, no good fuck, and they'll give you every possible excuse and reason and avenue in the world to avoid the hard work. And you will pay. Right. You will fucking pay. And that's why I don't like life coaches.
But that's why, like if I wrote a self-help book, it would be the shortest fucking book ever written. It would. Yeah. And I've got this other theory. You were talking before about girls and how, your significant other, the GF, saying, well, why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And I've got this theory, and it's getting more and more solidified, that this society, and I mean everybody in this society, they don't really value intelligent people's opinions. They don't. They don't want to know what intelligent people actually think because it makes them feel bad usually.
Right. So,
And
but then
so
why
they're not
are they even
interested.
asking? Why are they even asking then?
But I think that self-help books that sell are the ones that aren't like my shortest self-help book of all time, which would say, get off your fucking ass and do it and say no. those two pieces of advice, that would be it. You want to do something, just like Bo Jackson said, just do it. Back when Nike was actually good. And the most important word in the human language is no. That would be the book. That would be it. But nobody, I mean, that's too harsh or something. You know, people, when somebody asks, like, if you're an intelligent person, you see somebody fucking up and you go, that's stupid, you shouldn't do that. They get angry at you, even though you've got all the credibility in the world. It's because you didn't say it a nice way. You didn't go, well, I can understand why you think that would be a good way of doing it and blah, blah, blah. That's a self-help book. Oh, well, I understand why you don't want to get off your ass, but here's the reasons why you should get off your ass. And here's all the health benefits you'll receive. And here's some ways that you can keep yourself accountable so that you are getting off your ass and blah, 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 blah. It's all in the approach. And I don't have the patience for it. Fuck it. Well, if people don't want to know my opinion, I'll just shut up. Go ahead, make a mistake. Go ahead, go do that. You know, hammer the nail that way. It's going to work out fine.
Here, I got a perfect example. I was going to bring it up later, but now's the perfect time. This is professional-counseling.com. Your Mind and Relationship Guide. I saw it. Someone sent this to me. Signs Your Partner Doesn't Find You Attractive Anymore by Ellie Pryor. And she's this old woman, 24 years experience. And just try not to get angry, but let's analyze this critically. What to do if your spouse, husband, isn't attracted to you anymore, you being the wife. Request from help from Julie, whose husband no longer finds her attractive. I don't find you attractive anymore may be thought of as a slightly more accusing than I'm no longer attracted to you, which might suggest taking some responsibility. In practice, though, the result is the same, a sense of utter devastation for you as the partner or spouse at the receiving end of such a hurtful remark. And then on one end of the scale, there's a possibly genuine concern of a loving relationship. Yet on the other end, it might be superficial, potentially abusive remark in a perhaps volatile relationship. I suspect, therefore, however hard I've tried to be of help here, my attempt probably falls short. Know, though, that I understand how painful this is for you. Here's Julia's letter.
Listen to that lead in. That's what I was just talking about. The lead in before she says what she really thinks. Oh, okay. Now what does she really think?
Oh, well, but just listen to it. This is Julia's letter. My husband and I have been together for 5 years. We have a child together, and I have 2 from a previous relationship.
Okay.
That's not even going to be addressed.
Yeah.
I will be 35 this year, and he is 30. We were a perfect match. Yeah, we were a perfect match, and we were head over heels in love. We got married. We lived together for a year prior, and everything began to change. I got pregnant on our honeymoon, which we both planned to do everything, but just became different. He became distant as we got into a lot of arguments. The love he used to show me stopped. I began to overcompensate, thinking it would help, but it didn't. Now,
how are you overcompensating?
No, not even that. Yeah, well, that too.
If you're giving really good head, I guarantee that.
Did you hit the treadmill? Did you? He just randomly got into arguments with. He just got agitated. DT.
Right.
He got hit by the agitation beam that came from outer space.
Right.
You know, Dr. Evil hit him with the agitation beam, and now he just changed, like not in response to anything. I began to ask a lot of questions, which didn't help either. He became a different person. He used to look at me as though I was the most beautiful woman in the world and started looking at other women that way while I stood next to him. I finally blew up and was destroyed by what he told me. He told me that life and making love with me was boring. He told me he fantasized about what those women's physical relationship was like. He told me if I lost weight, I'd be more attractive, and then he wanted me to dress differently and get all dolled up, as he put it. What's the truth? What do we need to go on anymore?
No, well, the shortest book ever written would be my advice to women, which would be all you need to do is stay in shape, reasonable shape. You don't need to be freaking whatever.
Sure.
Stay in shape or whatever, and be kind. That's it.
Right. But here's
so she's not in shape and she's probably not being kind.
The paragraph right here, which is 2 sentences long, is the answer. That's the answer.
Yeah,
it's right there. The husband gave it to her for free.
Right.
How much you want to bet now she's going to go and spend 10 years and $10,000 in a therapist's office to beat around the bush and avoid this 2-sentence paragraph that is truth?
So here's a question for you. Is it easier to tell your significant other that you think other women look hot, or to tell your significant other that they're fat?
It's easier to tell women they're hot, but that doesn't work, DT.
But that's what
I've had multiple girlfriends where I'm like, you're getting a little chunky, lose about 5 to 10 pounds.
I know, but that whole paragraph was talking about he was dropping hints this entire time, like, get in the fucking gym.
Why am I doing Operation Evil, and why is it targeting
Because it's what we've been talking about. People prefer
women,
lies. Yeah.
They'll level Mount Everest for you to tell them a lie.
Right.
They'll destroy their lives as feminists have, and they'll go against their biology for you to tell them a lie. They'll go to school for 48 years in bullshit subjects, wasting the remaining decades of their life in bullshit careers. If you tell them a lie, I'm getting motherfucking sick and tired of trying to treat them like these, hey, intellectual, honest philosophers who want the truth and to close the wage gap. And then getting called names. Fuck it.
Right.
They want lie. I don't know why. Are they intellectually weak? Are they emotionally spineless? I don't care anymore. It's a reality.
Right. And so men are the same way. Men in less numbers are the same way about different stuff.
And about different things. Yes.
Yeah. But it is, people prefer lies. People hate truth tellers. I mean, that, like me, and even in my own family, it's like you'd think people would go, oh, okay, DT, he's got his shit together. He's living in the Black Hills. He's made lots of good decisions. Maybe we should listen to what he says. No. They hate me for it, So it's just like, fuck it then. You guys, go ahead, bang that hammer that way and see if your thumb doesn't get hit. Go ahead and
this. What's the number one cause of poverty?
Laziness.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yes.
Well, yeah, right. Having kids you can't afford.
Having kids you can't afford. That goes for blacks. That goes for Hispanics. That goes for white. It goes for everybody.
Wrap it fuck up, guys.
You tell people, stop. You fucked up. You're poor now. You fucked up. You made stupid decisions. You had kids you couldn't afford. That's the number one thing. You likely majored in stupid shit, and you're a lazy fucking, you didn't work. Do they want to hear that? Or it's the rich people that are key. It's the 1%. Right. I should have become a Democrat. If there's any advice I could give to young people today, if you want an easy career, go be Bernie Sanders times 10. Andrew Yang offers $1,000 a month. You offer $2,000 a month. Ocasio-Cortez wants to enslave white men. You say we cut off their fucking balls. All right. You out Cortez and out Sanders those motherfuckers, because it's an easy game.
Yeah,
it's an
you'll
easy
get
game.
Tons of followers. You'll get tons of people that. Yeah.
Ladies, you're at the Democrat presidential debates, primaries, among the other Democrat candidates. Yang says 1,000, you say 1,050. Someone says healthcare and dental care. I mean, it's not that hard. You just one up the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
And you say, I'm more caring. Don't you care about dental health? Don't you? And it's those rat bastard rich people. And the sheep that were just down at the DMV will line up to vote for you because they're lazy, no good fucks deep in the hearts of souls.
Right, and the same thing happens, not as much, but on the right that's the pull of white nationalism, white supremacy, it's the Jews. All that kind of stuff. It's simple fucking answers. We'll tell you what you want to hear. The reason why your life sucks is because of the Jews. Right. Oh, okay.
So here I could continue on with this, but I am only based on a little scrolly marker on the side. How you can tell how far down an article you are. We got to the answer in the first 20th of this article. This scrolls down for another 95%.
Because it's just sanitary napkin.
This is all the truth avoidance. I felt sick to my stomach about his confessions. To me, it feels like I'm no longer good enough and he wants me to become someone else. I feel like I need to perform in the bedroom and I no longer feel good about myself. Lady, you shouldn't. You got fat. I know there's this whole world of men and they're not really sentient human beings. They don't have their own desires. But in theory, if you were to heed what they said and a relationship takes two people, they kind of require women be hot. That's why they're only fucking interested in you in the beginning.
Well, there's like this balance between hotness and kindness, right? You can have a super kind.
Hot you get.
Yeah.
You want to fuck.
Right.
If you want to keep him around, you got to be nice and supportive.
But
Not hard.
But I mean, if you had a slightly chubby chick that was really good cook and had a nice face, I do have a slightly
chubby chick that's a really good cook. Yes,
and really kind and really nice.
Yes,
you'd want to fuck her. I mean, that's the period.
Yeah, but I think you're too fat.
I mean, I'm not talking morbidly obese. I'm talking,
no, little pushing for the cushion is all right, but I'm not talking. You see, that means a lot to different people now. Pushing for the cushion, to me, that's like 10 pounds overweight. To the brothers, that might be 20, 25, more junk in the trunk. But to millennials and Gen Zers, that's like an extra 50 to 100 pounds on a 5'4" girl. You know, and by the way, big is beautiful.
I've got curves. No, you've got rolls.
A sphere is a curve. Yes, a sphere is just one big continual curve.
But you know what I mean? I mean, women don't have to be perfect because none of us are perfect, right? But
I know, but you have to be physically attractive. But we know this.
Dress nice. We've
beaten this to death. We don't have to go over this for my listening audience.
I know.
Because every guy knows and every intellectually honest woman here knows. But I just want to point out this phenomenon. Just hear this out. Do you want to fight against this psychopathy, or do you want to have it work for you and make money off of it? He has tried to take back what he said, but the damage has been done, and I'm positive he still feels that way. I just don't know what to do. Holy fucking shit!
That he still... See, women think that...
Stop. She doesn't know what to do.
Right, yeah.
DT, it's like, you got a knife in your arm. Man, my arm hurts. There's a knife in your arm, DT. I don't know what to do. I don't know. Pull it out.
But here's women not understanding men, too. He's like, he probably still feels this way. No, we're not like you where we just unburden ourselves and all of a sudden we don't feel that way anymore. Women sometimes can just talk their feelings away. If men are talking about something, it's because we actually think it.
It's empirical.
And it's not going to go away because we told you.
But now look at the the song and dance that goes around here. 8 signs your spouse isn't attracted to you anymore.
God, she's got to come up with 8.
Well, yeah, 8.
There's one, right? What's the one sign?
There's one.
What's the one sign?
Here's the most common signs your husband is no longer attracted to you. He changes behavior towards you, makes no effort to please you in any way, treats you with contempt, stonewalls you, deliberately ignoring you completely, stays out longer, more often at work, with friends, etc., no longer compliments or thanks you for anything, criticizes the way you look, your hair, your clothes, or your body. Criticizes? Maybe put constructively criticizes. Turns away from you when you turn towards him or her.
Hey, you know what else that could be 8 signs of?
I don't know, bad breath.
That you're a bitch. Right? Just change the title of that. Yeah, maybe there's something wrong with you if you're God.
I don't think that's do any of these relationship problems seem familiar? Has your spouse avoided commenting on that outfit you just brought, said something derogatory, brushed you off completely? It isn't a surprise if you feel lonely in your marriage or relationship and that you feel unloved, rejected, and insecure. It's time to take action. Now, what do you think the action's gonna be, DT?
Read a book, take a bath, have some
meditate,
candles.
Yoga. Yeah, candles, right. Talk to a therapist at $150 an hour.
Right. Yep.
First of all, particularly if your spouse turns away from you when you turn towards them, this is a difficult one for me to address. So before I go on, know that I absolutely have your best interests at heart. Lady, if you did, you would have just told her, lose the fucking weight. Ask your spouse or get a really good friend to check your breath. Breath.
Well, that's not so bad. You just said that before. Bad breath.
If Mrs. DT had bad breath, would you break up the relationship over it?
No, I'd say go brush your teeth.
Go brush your teeth. You know,
there's a point at which you're honest. And
I fart in bed at times. I know it ain't the smelliest, the greatest of smells.
Right.
There you have it. An awkward problem, but a relatively easy one to deal with. If you have an infection in your mouth or a digestive problem, we're going into digestive problems.
Well, she's fat, remember? So she might
Uh,
be eating things that she shouldn't.
Here, there's a test. There's a test we can take, a compatibility test, DT. My test would be, what's your height? Step on the scale, take that number, divide it by the number of inches. And I used to know what the number was, but if it's like 1.6 pounds per inch or higher, you need to lose the fucking weight. You generate repetitive frothal, ba booty booty boo. This is a 30-point question test. Here's her advice to Julie. I'm sorry to know that you've been hurt by your husband's remarks, Julie. Let me ask you this, DT. Do you think the husband kind of feels betrayed because his wife got fat? Like he did till death do him part. Now he's got this fat chick. Sex and physical beauty is the number one thing to men.
You know what sometimes happens in relationships is that if you're really close with your partner will sometimes say, man, I'm never going to get as fat as that. Man, I am not. If I ever get like that, you let me know. When they're nice and skinny and hot, they'll say that. And then lo and behold, they'll balloon up and you'll say, hey, remember when you said, don't you dare say that?
Those are good times.
Yeah.
That presupposes what, DT? When you make a commitment to your significant other, whether you're a male or a female, what does that presuppose? I'm going to stay physically attracted.
Discipline.
What else?
Discipline, work. Integrity, loyalty.
You're closer to loyalty. Why does any guy like hit in the fucking gym? I know there's some weirdos like Ed Lattimore and TJ Martinell and other people that drink funny Kool-Aid. All right. But does any guy really like going and lifting weights?
No.
Do most guys like running?
No.
Why do you do it then?
Because we want to be, I know why I do it. I want to stay in shape. And,
for who?
For me, mostly.
Okay. You selfish bastard. I was going to go, God, for once, I'm more loving and caring. Why do I work out? If I didn't have to lift weights, like if the GF wasn't around, all I would do is hike. I wouldn't hit the fucking gym ever. Why?
Because, I guess you want to make the GF happy. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying.
You stay in shape because you love the other fucking person. And none of you motherfuckers out there say physical beauty is not important, both to men and women. And when men or women get fat, guess what that is a test? That's what that statement is.
Well, they don't care about the other
They
person.
love food and sloth and laziness more than they love their spouse.
Or
and
something.
It is grounds for fucking divorce and breaking up. You owe it to your fucking significant other to stay physically attractive. Period. Because it's the number. It's not the only thing that's vital. It's not the only thing. It is the most important thing and the most vital thing, especially for men. On top of it, to have a relationship, you need to be nice and supporting and not a royal pain in the ass, male or female. But knock it off with this motherfucking bullshit that big is beautiful, it's sensitive, caring 90s bullshit. If you love somebody, you put them ahead of yourself and you sacrifice for them because that's selflessness. That's altruism. That's fucking love. And no one gets it.
Yeah. And what
if you look at obesity across the country, 80% of the people don't love their spouses more than they love food. And everyone could go fuck themselves.
Right. Well, and that's the least, like what I'm getting at is for me, that's almost like the least reason because there's so many other better reasons to work out. Right. You know what I mean? But since everybody's obsessed with sex and all that kind of shit, so it's like the least you can do is stay in shape for your spouse. That's the least you can do.
Right.
You'll also sleep better. You'll live longer. You'll be able to do more stuff. You'll be stronger. You won't, you could get injured and you recover a lot faster.
Right.
Your spine is aligned correctly. There's all these other great benefits that are much more important than she wants to fuck me, but that's like the least you could do is want to be fucked, and people don't have the energy or work ethic to do the least reason.
Right. There's other compelling reasons to stay in shape for your own sake. I'm talking in relation to other people, presumably the person you love the most in life.
Right.
The least you can do is stay the fuck in shape.
Right.
And I'm so adamant about this because I went through the data on obesity.
Oh, it's pathetic.
And you got to think through it. And you have to, like, if A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C, that communicative property. It is shocking how so few people love their spouses or their significant others most in life. And even including their children. Like, don't fucking tell them. What's the act of sending your kid to daycare?
Well, yeah, it's you care about yourself more than your kid.
You care about yourself more than your kid. You care about
you care about your job more than your kid. Whatever.
That's caring about yourself more than your kid.
Well, maybe.
No.
Some people are just workaholics, and they. Yeah,
the kid effectively. I don't care what's in the heart of people. What the action
they care
is,
more than the kid. Yeah.
Right. We got divorced. Well, because it was better for the family. No, you motherfuckers better put on a fucking acting show that makes Dustin Hoffman look like a bad actor about how much you love each other and are June Ward and keep our nuclear family together.
Yeah,
No, parents get divorced because they love themselves more than their kids. Now, I understand if there's someone abusing the kids, I understand for safety reasons, but that's not the majority of divorces.
No, not at all.
It is
not since no fault divorce. Yeah.
Disgusting how few people put their spouse or their children first in life. It's disgusting.
And guess what that teaches your kid? Divorce.
Gee, I wonder if generations in the future will get divorced. There'll be broken families. I wonder.
Zero loyalty. I mean, the best example of loyalty is a marriage. And if you can't handle that, what are you telling your kids? Your kid's not going to be loyal to anything.
No. This is, I'm going to say this, and we'll get to the super shekels here. This book has been the darkest thing I've written.
Well, yeah, that's why I couldn't get through it. I
am like depressed after. I mean, it's already taxing to write a damn book, but I'm depressed after writing it. And I still think the millennials are one of the most spoiled generations ever, if not the most spoiled generation ever. But it is so bad. I'm going to put not a caveat, but and I want to call it an apology because they made their own bed and they're arrogant and cocky on top of it. But kind of this, dude, I'm sorry, man. You guys had no fucking chance. Like I kind of like I weep for you guys, or I really feel for the millennials, and maybe we should kind of back off of them a little bit, not bail them out, but they've already been hurt enough, kind of thing.
Sure.
But
you should have like sprinkled throughout your book, like Cappy's silver linings, and just as you're getting divorced, or not divorced, as you're getting depressed reading the book, it's like, oh, here's a little sidebar of something funny.
there's no, it's yeah, I'll be happy when this one is done. Ricky Gervais, Marvin, thoughts on Ricky Gervais at the Golden Globes? I think it was awesome. I saw the video, but I didn't watch.
The Golden Globes, but everybody's seen the video. And
how much you want to bet the video has way more views than the Golden Globes has?
Oh no doubt. I mean, upcoming intro will be using it. So on the debrief.
Oh, good. Hey, I'm excited. I get to download all your podcasts on my road trip back to Vegas.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna binge on a ton of fucking podcasts and just listen to you and
binge on DT.
And another one of my all-time favorite podcasts to listen to is O'Shea Jackson.
Okay.
I really enjoy listening to him. Kevin McComber for $2. Been watching any of the Democratic debates? No, not really. Have you? I don't watch
not at all.
What is it like? Oh, we need, really, is it just an arms race as to how much of other people's money they're going to give away?
Well, the cool thing is that they're turning on each other a lot, and so that
happens every primary,
right? But that's the only fun stuff to watch is when they're ripping on each other.
Is the only one that might be of slight moral integrity, Tulsi Gabbard? Is she still in the thing?
I think she's still in it, but she's not going to get nominated.
She's too good looking. She's too accomplished. I hate to say about
she might run third party.
Good, but nice to have a Perot effect happen every once in a while.
Right, and I think she actually could steal some. Especially if the war drums keep beating. If she ran third party, she'd actually take some away from the right too. So I think that would be. I would think that would be how she'd go third party, is if it really seems like we're ramping up to war. I think that would be the signal for her to split off and do her own thing.
Yeah. Who knows? She could pull a Jesse Ventura.
she's pretty much wrong in everything else, but
I don't, like I said, I don't pay attention. I just know she's cute and got big cans. Really, that's,
she
and
surfs.
you know what? That's all you need to know.
She surfs. You can look up pictures of her surfing.
Good for her.
Well, I mean, her ass is sticking out then if you think she's really good looking. So.
I'm not going to go and jerk off to Tulsi Gabbard. If I'm going to jerk off to porn, it's going to be a hell of a lot better shit than that. It's just not going to, I can't care. Hey, did you watch the parasite debate? No. What are they advocating parasitism? Yeah. How'd you guess? They're parasites. Holy shit.
As it stands right now, I don't want to be too confident and I don't want to think too highly of the herd, but it sure seems like Trump's got a second term lined up.
I don't have,
but you know, I hope is a mistake.
I'm not, I'm my next plan, if this book sells real well, and blah, 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 my next plan is to get property out of the United States. So there's a nice plan B. And I'm just going to go away if fucking commies take over. Miguel Angel Casillas. Get a master's in journalism because dream job. So I blog at newspaper for free and make no money. To vote a socialist and student debt forgiveness at STEM majors expense. That's good old Miguel.
Yeah. Well, the STEM majors who are working, unlike old DT here.
Oh, shit. Hang on. You know, before I forget, I got to delete a tweet. You're on Twitter or no?
Yeah.
I did this tweet and it's kind of going quasi-viral.
You have to delete it?
I have to delete it because it's a picture of Walter Matthau from The Odd Couple.
Okay.
And it's just him smoking the cigar and da-da-da. And it says, and I did a meme. It says, she majored in education. I majored in engineering. She wanted to pay off her student loans. I said no. And he has a very flippant attitude. Right. The problem is it's not a picture of Walter Matthau. It's a drawing, and the drawing was done by an artist. And because I have my book Worthless linked to it, it's a violation of copyright.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete it. Unfortunately, it's been getting some traction. And I'm just going to retweet the image
of actual Walter Matthau.
No, not actual Walter Matthau, of the image. And then hang on. Let's plug him now. He unfortunately passed away. Oh, I don't have it. This guy did a bunch of the James Bond movie posters in the 60s and 70s, did a lot of drawings and posters. That realism drawing. Hang on.
Is this the guy? Yeah, maybe this is the guy that's really famous for doing all those paintings. Yeah.
Women with degrees. College, student loans there. All right. So hopefully that, so anyone who tweeted that out or followed me on Twitter,
it's gone. Yeah.
Well,
you
no, I retweeted it. I retweeted it without the link. So now I'm not violating copyright.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
Nonstop Dre. Wait, did I click on Dre? Oh, yeah. Nonstop Dre. Aaron is brave, stunning, empowering storyteller. Yes. Yes, I am the storyteller. There once was a guy named Cappy. He was a preacher's kid, and it fucked him up, and he got really angry, and he showed the world. And then he wrote a book that got everyone sand in their vaginas, and they came after him, and he moved to Portugal. I don't know why Portugal. Someone recommended it. I've never been there.
Good one, Marvin.
Marvin, thanks for all the great content. Oh, good, Marvin. Yeah, okay.
I just these euphemisms, man. Euphemisms, cliches. I mean, it's almost becoming a cliche.
I'm an influencer. What's sad is to be an influencer, all you need is to be a pretty girl. Right. A pretty girl with the slightest bit of competency.
Like C-cup. C-cup, is that influencers?
All you got to do. This is why I advocate people hire out Mary Jo. She's not because she's pretty, not because she's got a great set of cans. She will get back to you.
Right.
She's a professional. She's not professional model, though I guess in the technical sense she is because she's been paid to model. But I mean, she is a professional person, and that she has not let her beauty get to her brain where you're like, ah! It's like, oh, you understand timelines. You understand communication, and you understand the profit motive, and not just, the guy take care of me.
Buy a drink for me.
Buy me a drink. Nonstop Dre for $2. Imagine Oprah interviewing Aaron on her show. She got a show anymore?
She does, but she sure seems tied into that Harvey Weinstein thing. I think she was a procurer of young women for
Oprah.
old Harvey. Oh yeah, there's pictures of her with Harvey and introducing women and stuff.
Well,
so she might be the ultimate Operation Evil.
She is.
Yeah.
How do you think I'm modeling? Dude, hang on. Let's look up her net worth right now.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah.
Oprah's net worth. This is all I want. She was brilliant. She's a wonderful businesswoman.
She's caused more misery for women single-handedly than any other person in all of human history, probably.
No. The drug dealer does not make the drug addict addicted.
True, yeah.
The drug dealer does not ruin the drug. The drug addict is responsible for shooting up the heroin. The alcoholic is responsible for drinking the alcohol. All Oprah did was say, do you want some pot? Do you want some heroin? And women just lapped it up.
But when there's a dispensary right in your living room and you don't even have to get up, you're going to take the drug, right?
No. Hey, DT, are you saying women are not strong, independent-minded women who can make their own decisions? Are you saying they'll just lap up whatever lies are put in front of them, no matter how damaging it might be?
Absolutely. One-word answer, baby. Shortest book of all time.
She's worth $2.6 billion.
Right.
Okay, you know what? I'll settle for 1/1000th of that. I'll take $2.6 million.
Right.
You'll never see me again. Hey, you know what, ladies, leftists, communists, whatever, you want to pay me to go away? You want to make sure there's no shot I'm ever going to undo you or get the black male vote or the Latino male vote to go Republican? It is a pretty good proposition. All you have to do is have your buddy George Soros give me $2.6 million after tax, and I will go away. I'll pose no more threat to you.
What did you say? That was 1% of the...
Yeah, 1% of 2.6.
So it's a sixth of what you earn on Amazon, right? So you're really asking little. If you earn 6% on Amazon on a purchase, right? You said 6 to 7%. Yeah. All you're asking for is 1%. I mean, it's less. Yeah, you're a sixth of Amazon.
I want 1/10 of 1% of Oprah money.
Oh,
I did the math right. Yeah. Yeah, I think I did the right. Yeah, 1/10 of 1% of Oprah money.
Okay.
That's dirt cheap.
Right.
For me to go away.
Right.
Because then that risk, that unknown variable is gone away. Just buy me out and I'll go be in Portugal.
It's the gambler, like you said, or it's the gambler.
Ryan Boyle, 2 British pounds. Aaron, have you got any more Wells Fargo stories? Oh, I'm sure I do. They're kind of boring. They're just dumb. You know, it's Wells Fargo. It's just a big corporation. I remember as a client one time, I was banking with Wells Fargo. I had paid down my mortgage. Like I was on track to pay it down in 10 years. So I had more than half of this mortgage paid off in 5. And they wouldn't refinance because interest rates lowered, during the Great Recession. Right. That would have really helped me out a lot. And they wouldn't refinance me. I'm like, I've never missed a payment. I've paid down additional principal. Like, we can't refinance you because it's rental property. And so I took all my money and I went away. And they're like, oh, well, where are you going? I'm like, fuck you. And the problem is, Wells Fargo, any big corporation, is such a big hydra with so many heads. It was some dipshit teller reading the script saying, oh no, we can't refinance him.
Right.
We can't refinance this guy. Because he doesn't meet these qualifications. So robot, which makes you wonder, well, then why do you hire people?
Right,
just have a robot make the decision. It's going to be a lot cheaper.
That is happening, isn't it? Underwriters.
To a certain extent,
AI,
underwriting,
AI,
automated. Yeah. Oh, that's been there forever. Yeah. I programmed a model to do automated underwriting. That's why I could do tons of loans that it took regular dipshits, an entire day to do. Nonstop Train, you must out crazy clown world to win. Oh yeah. Yeah. If the day comes, I'll claim I'm a black female. I'll claim that. Absolutely.
I think he's talking about the debates too. I think he was talking about the debates too, that you need to be the biggest clown. Clown.
Oh, look at Juan. What do you think about Harleys? I'm thinking of getting a Road Glider or a Dynafix. What do you Honda?
Yeah.
Japanese, man. Just go Japanese. Just get a Honda. I like Yamahas. Suzuki is fine too, but I would go with a Honda. Just get a Honda, a used Honda.
I don't know anything about motorcycles, but I've had people tell me Hondas are great. So
they
just don't break down like Harleys. You're always having to fix them up.
I'll tell you a story that's better than the Wells Fargo story. So after I visit you, I'm going to go down to Denver. I'm going to visit Denver Ben. So I went to Rapid City one time and it was off season. So we got a great dirt cheap hotel at the Silverado in Deadwood. And he was on this motorcycle kick. So he got a Harley and he's like, hey man, I'm going to come up. We're going to go ride around and stir you. So it'd be really great. I said, you got a Harley? He's like, yeah. I'm like, God damn it. You better not break down. Sure as fuck. Yeah. He breaks down by Reptile Gardens. And I got a picture of him broken down. And now every time I go past that, I take a picture of my Honda in the exact spot where his Harley broke down. Hey, look, my Honda's still going. Remember that time you broke down?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't do Harleys, man. They're expensive. They're maintenance nightmares.
It's just like a status symbol thing, isn't it? I mean, it's an American company, I guess. And so it's, America, but, but you can go, yeah, America on the side of the highway broken down, or you can get to where you're going in a Japanese Honda.
You know what's great about breaking down in a car?
You can stay warm inside of it.
It's shelter. You got shelter. You know what sucks about breaking down on a motorcycle?
You got to go hide in a culvert.
You're fucked. You're real fucking. If you're in South Dakota or in one of these western towns, the next bridge could be 3 miles away, and you are out in the fucking elements.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, get a Honda. Don't fuck around. Kevin McComber, Medicare for all, end the wars, Bernie 20. Is he even going to live to 2020? All right, well, I guess we are 2020.
Yeah,
didn't Bernie have a heart attack?
He had a heart problems. Yeah, but they're starting to say he might win the nomination. They're not going to let him win the nomination. There's no way.
Well,
Obama's against him. Hillary's against him. Nobody likes Bernie. Huh?
Well, who are they for?
Probably Biden, I guess. I think
Hillary.
Oh,
that's right. Never mind. Okay, I was like, who's the establishment cat? You're right. Biden will. They'll probably throw Bernie under the bus. And I love how the Democrat Party, the literal word Democrat means everyone gets a vote. But the Democrat Party, between the Republicans and Democrats, is the only ones that have super delegates.
Yeah. And you can win.
Out a little bit more than yours.
You can win just solely based on your super delegate count. I think it's pretty close that you can win.
Young Sykes for $5. Hey, Cappy, I'll remember to give you that kickback when I order some adjustable dumb weights and do more work. Oh, good. Yeah, order that through the Amazon.
Yeah.
For that.
I understand why people don't do it, but
work weights?
No, of taking the extra effort to order on Amazon via computer. I understand.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why I like to just get things done quick. And so, this is not it takes a little bit longer, but once you get it in your head just to do that last step on a computer, Cappy, you can be rich. You will become rich beyond your wildest dreams.
I estimated that if I had all my listeners, like my regular listeners, I know I got 58,000 subscribers, but I really only have like this core audience of about 2,000, only 2,000. It's amazing. I still can't believe it. But if I got all 2,000 people to regularly go by, I'd make around $200,000 a year on Amazon. Yeah. It's but at the same time, I understand too, you got other people you'd like to spread that wealth around.
Yeah,
go help out.
Fuck them. I mean, if we've come up with the method and the secret for making sure that your listeners actually use Amazon, then screw the other guys. We're the ones that are telling them how to do it.
DT, it still requires they take 3 extra clicks. I know.
I know, but that's the blood shekel rant part of this is that if I can do it, you can do it. I like to sit there on my couch just like the next guy and click on the phone or device. It's not that big of a deal. Once you figure out you can fill your cart and then go do it.
You know what I'm just happy and thankful for? Is that I even get a couple $100 a month on Amazon. I mean, I still think that's amazing. Like all these people are like, come on, man, you gotta contribute more. I'm only making $500 on my Patreon. I'm like, dude, I got like $160. Hang on, what is my Patreon? Like, I just think it's amazing. Patreon.com/Aaron Clarey. I think I'm up to $160 now. Ooh, $162 a month. Think about that, DT. $162 a month. That's like my gas expense. That I think that's so fucking cool.
Uh-huh.
And then there's people like, come on, guys, I gotta make at least 1,000, otherwise I can't do it. It's like, DT, have you and me ever relied on our internet income to make ends meet?
Oh, I rely on Mrs. DT.
So. Well, okay, all right. you better fucking stay in shape then. You better be a ripped Adonis when she gets back.
Hey, I didn't tell you. I've kind of given up beer.
Really? You don't like it no more or what?
No, it's just wanted to save a little bit of money, and I'm like, I'm just gonna give it a shot and see. I've already lost weight. I haven't changed anything that I'm doing except just not drinking beer, and I've already lost some weight. So
that's good.
Like I said, my self-help book is if you want to do something, you fucking do it. You just do it, like Bo Jackson says, not like Colin Kaepernick says, not like who's the new guy now? LeBron James is their new just do it guy. Fuck those guys. Go back to Bo Jackson, man.
Well, that would indicate you'd have to work or something, DT.
Right.
Elijah Woods. I'm really into guns and skeet shooting. Do you think I'm going to have to find a new hobby in the future, and how soon? No, you just have to move to a Republican state.
Is he from Virginia? Is that why he's asking that?
I don't know. For anyone alive, you'll still be able to have guns. They're going to just try and really knock it down. Like, it only gets 6 bullets and this and that. And I'm never giving up my guns.
No, that's the hill to die on. That's the hill to die on.
You know what? Yeah, that is the hill to die on. Yeah. And you know what? I prefer a lot of cops and sheriff deputies go home to their families. I really, and this is why it's very important you live in the correct county, because the sheriff has a constitutional obligation to protect the Constitution. If you got a good sheriff, a non-corrupt sheriff, they're going to be like, no, they're going to be on your side. So just make sure that doesn't happen. Make sure you vote for the right sheriff. Yep. But if there's anyone says, oh, Mr. Clarey, you have this, or that, it's like, yeah, it's a good day to die, I guess. And I really hope you go home to your husbands or wives or kids. But please, just, for the love of God, because then after that, it'll be cattle cars. And I'm not, because someday I'll go into the history. There was a Jew who escaped Nazi Germany. And that's why Cappy is here today, at least in a quarter. I'm not going to, I'm not getting on the cattle car. No, I'm not. I'm just you first. I'll get on the cattle car, but it'll be a corpse. And you can.
Yeah, the Virginia, I think, last count, I think it's 85 of 95 counties have told the state, "Fuck you, you're not confiscating guns."
Yeah, I'd love
to see that. A few of them have formed militias.
Good.
Which is
That's what needs to be done. That's
constitutional
what needs
too.
I tried to form a militia, not an evil, crazy gun, but like more of a survivalist. Hey, we're going to need a team of people. We're going to have to, in case the electricity goes down.
But these are legitimate, like county formed militias, basically saying, "Yep, this is a legitimate militia. All able-bodied men, can be a part of it, and or women or whoever."
The 3%ers when I get out to South Dakota. Noah Acosta. Oh, that's what Noah looks like. I never knew what he looked like. He's got his real picture here. Have you heard the great one read E. Gene's article lately? It is fucking hilarious. Enjoy the show. Do you tune into the great one?
No, I don't tune into anybody.
What I find hilarious is the rants and tirades the great one goes against minorities. And he has so many minority listeners that like him. Because Acosta, obviously, he's not Scandinavian, let's just say. But he is good. He has got a great rant. And what he does is E. Gene, I didn't know it was the same gal, but remember that old hag that said Trump raped her or whatever, and it was just a blatant ploy. It's like 6 months ago.
Yeah, I don't know specifically, but
okay, whatever. It's just this old washed up gal. And she reads Glamour, or it's online, and it's like Dear Abby, but it's saucy. Okay. It's like, oh, I found my boyfriend, but then I had sex. And you know what? It's all bullshit. I call bullshit on every one of her. Maybe she actually gets some sauce, or people write in saucy shit, Dear Penthouse Forum type of shit.
Right.
And the great one, I don't think he gets or understands that it's bullshit. I don't think he understands. So he goes through it, and instead of giving the female advice that E. Gene gives, he gives the masculine advice,
okay,
which is very funny. And the problem is he can't even get to the problem because it's usually, I'm a single mother of 12. What the fuck is that?
There you go. Then
that. Kevin McCall, we're still waiting for Trump's healthcare plan. Was he supposed to come out with a healthcare plan?
Well, I mean,
I'm waiting for the damn wall.
Right. He just did a tweet where I guess the Supreme Court said that he can use the money on the wall. So there's going to be lots more construction on that or whatever. But I mean, what he's saying here is, nothing's happening. But the fucking government has been doing continuing resolutions since what, 2010? Nothing's going to change.
The great one set up at synlibsoc.com, Cynical Libertarian Society. Go to synlibsoc.com, the abbreviations. The great one, the day Trump got elected, and he's right. He's like, you dolts, you idiots who think Trump is the Trumpenführer and he's going to save America. He's not going to do shit because he's a politician. And he was right. And I agreed with him. Like, guys, once you give up all hope, okay, only if like a true independent non-politician gets in there and basically uses the United States military to not drain the swamp, but kill all the career politicians and really and say, yeah, we're declaring martial law and I'm just going to be king for a while or queen. And there's going to be a little cleansing period now. And we're going to investigate everyone. And we're declaring war on tyrants and corruption. And we're gonna prune the tree a little bit. Until that happens, they're not gonna do anything. Nothing's gonna happen.
Everything. I mean, I would say that Trump is an outsider, and I would say that he's done a lot, but it's so bad that whatever he's done can be undone in a year.
You can't even protect the fucking borders of a sovereign nation.
Right.
There's not. Enjoy the decline. You don't have a country. You don't.
And that's why you need to get to where there's people like us.
It'll be on the local government level. But again, I'm not joking when I say I'm joking Portugal, but there's going to be some place I got to get extra land. I recommend you guys do it too. Nonstop Dre, $2. You should write like that secret for women. Oh, Nonstop Dre, Operation Evil. The drug I'm going to write for women is not only going to give them a high of heroin and a warm fuzzies of a Hallmark movie channel, it's going to give them the VTs like George Clooney, all 1 times 1,000. It's just, and I wish I could say more, but I'm not going to tip my hat anymore. But this is going to be the secret for, the women didn't read The Secret? It wasn't just guys reading that dope.
I think, what is The Secret?
You never heard about The Secret?
I've heard of I thought it was a book, but I thought it was for women.
No, it's a book. No, it's for anybody. Okay. The secret is if you think good things will happen, it'll happen. There's this universal force in positive thinking, which once again is work avoidance.
Yes.
Just think good things will happen.
That's the power of positive thinking. Bullshit. That would be another chapter in my self-help book, would be the power of positive thinking. It's fucking bullshit. Next chapter. Hey,
looky here. We got Chris Beckloff over at the Beckloff. Well, not the Beckloff.com. You can find him on YouTube. One of my favorite podcasts. The Clarey Podcast is sponsored by Blacked. Use promo code Aaron for 14.88% off your subscription. Oh, good old Chris. I'll probably binge on his podcast too. I got to convert. Because he's not a real.
Is he really a 1488 guy?
No, though? He's not. This is a joke. He doesn't want people. I'm not sponsoring Blacked.com. You know what Blacked.com is?
No, I have no idea.
It's where white gals. It's interracial porn, but it's like, oh, you got blacked, and it's a black guy banging white chicks. Like, I've never slept with a black guy before. Oh my goodness, and people pay like, oh, you got blacked. So that's why. That's the inside joke. Fernando Covet for $1.99 did a set of 60 push-ups and no booze in years. Awesome, Fernando. That's great. People are always amazed how many push-ups I can do. You know why? Push-ups and pull-ups. You know why I'm really good at push-ups and pull-ups?
Because you're a little man.
There's not a lot to push or pull.
You're a little leprechaun.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, when
The
I
Jewish
was
leprechaun.
I was a beanpole in high school and early college, and yeah, I could do tons of pull-ups and stuff. So
Yeah, here's another example. Nonstop Trey, he's black. I'm black, and I approve of the Great Ones podcast.
right.
See, I like it. We can get to the point, at least in this sphere, where you can cut an occasional racial joke, which
Right.
we're not going to do now. I'm just saying, behind closed doors, you can listen to somebody who occasionally cracks a white joke because it's fucking funny.
Right.
And I'm not offended because I don't really think O'Shea Jackson hates white people. I think he makes an obvious statement about them lining up at the fucking DMV like sheep.
It's Gran Torino, the barbershop scene in Gran Torino. You've seen that movie, right?
Yeah, but it's been a what
well,
was
he
it?
comes in, he's trying to teach the little Hmong kid how to banter.
Yeah.
And then he goes into the barbershop with his buddy, and it's just all racial jokes.
Okay, all the old timers are exchanging okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't he stand up and say, "Listen,
then,
you old fuck," or something like that?
And then the Hmong kid tries to do it, and the guy takes out a shotgun. What the fuck? And so he was giving him shit by taking out the shotgun, I think.
Oh God, they don't have that anymore. Danny Fiad, 7 for £2 advice for soon to graduate mechanical engineer. I don't know, DT. This is more your field. I think you just apply and go succeed, kind of.
You got limitless opportunities. I would say everything requires mechanical engineering. I think so.
Yeah.
Just find a cool company that's making cool shit and go kick ass. I would say.
Yeah, I guess now would be kind of he did the instructional part. Now it's the part where, if anything, he's got to learn to navigate corporate politics. Like, don't take your first job offer unless it's really good. Do a ton of research on the jobs you apply for in the companies, like Glassdoor reviews. Like, the worst thing that could happen to you is like you get some startup that, oh yeah, we're get on the ground floor, and you go in, it's a bunch of psychopaths and MBAs who don't want to work. And like what was the gal, Theranos?
No idea.
Elizabeth Holmes, she started a fraudulent company. Do your research, apply to a lot of jobs. Don't necessarily take your first job. Make sure it works for you.
I mean, way back in the day when I was graduating from civil engineering, I was good at this part of civil engineering called finite element analysis, which is basically like mechanical engineering. And they would build these models to test like little tiny pieces of metal that keep panes of glass separated. So this is like really small stuff. They would model the human heart with this kind of math.
Wow.
And so you can think a lot bigger than just, I'm going to design this piece of, steel or whatever as a mechanical engineer. Engineering can open up a lot of different things. So just look for opportunities that way.
Okay. Oh, I forgot. I didn't talk. Marvin, The Secret is great. I know my truth. Yeah,
see, I haven't read that. I can't get the joke. That's the book with the stupid cursive secret, right? And like
yes, like that one is got a little wax
the wax
print.
thing.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Okay.
That's what it is. Yeah.
I'm sure most of the reason why it's sold is because the cover looks so cool.
No, the reason it's sold is because you got a bunch of fucking dipshits that want to believe that I told my husband and he said I was fat. I don't know what to do. That's the secret. You just will your husband to like fat chicks, to become a fat chubby chaser, and he will. Noah Costa for $2. Vote Warren, please. I'm 25% black and need reparations. But no, you can't. That's way too much black. Way too much. You got to be. What was
way
she
too much white? You mean, right?
No. Wasn't she like 1/2000th Native American? Microscopic.
Trump was more of a Native American than Warren.
I think I might be, even though I never. Yeah,
I think the average American is more is less white than Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah, well, I didn't have any. I know because I did the thing. I'm like, nothing from the Western Hemisphere.
Hey, I saw something on TV about the whole gene testing thing. They've got whole support groups at these companies now, like 23andMe, that have to deal with people who find out their dad's not their dad. That's exactly the reaction I had. That's exactly the reaction.
Oh,
Oh,
so
mom doesn't want to have this conversation. I don't want to tell my dad he's not my dad. He's been my dad my whole life and thinks he's my dad. I mean, this is like serious. It's like, it's just proving. I would love to see the study on just how many,
how many guys got cucked.
That's why the whole family tree thing, it's all bullshit, because eventually there's going to be a chick in there who lied.
DT snuck in at night.
Yeah.
The milkman paid a visit.
Yeah. So the family tree is, it doesn't take too long going back before it's bullshit.
I have a great idea. Okay, millennials.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Maybe we're not friends, but I'm not necessarily your enemy. Anyone who seeks truth, I'm not your enemy. I think it's mandatory, every millennial and every kid going now on into the future, given the low quality shit. Like, I looked at DT, it's like looking at a body blown up by a grenade. It's like, I'm doing the autopsy. I'm looking at divorce. I'm looking at separation. I'm looking at broken homes. I'm looking at suicide. It just fucking sucks. So there's this corpse in front of me, and it's caused by shitty people breeding. We're not even going to call them parents.
Right.
It's just bad. Given that low quality of parental caliber, given some parents are so bad, they've lied to millennial children and say, oh yeah, you got a mental disorder, because they're shitty parents. I think every millennial and generation going forward, you need to get your DNA tested and compare yourself to your brothers and your sisters and see if it matches up. You need to do that, because I'm guessing, I could be wrong, 10% to a third of people don't. Mom lied.
Right.
There
is an estimate on that, and it's pretty high. And so that's why when you take that probability that the mom was fucking around, and so true. The family tree, you go a certain distance back, and that's not your family tree anymore.
And given how women have been propagandized, and this I will make as a declarative statement, not a funny ha-ha, let's go to the feminists. Given how women have been propagandized to be, at best, competitors against men, at worst, adversaries, and to really view men as like, you're here to serve me, and I got to go and do my career, and I got to get my checklist, my children are things, and they really do view people in their lives as things. I think there's a higher percentage of women than you think, especially occurring now, that like, well, I'm entitled to have another man's kid, or I could totally cuck this guy. I think there's very little moral resistance to that anymore. So like I said, going forward, every person needs to get a swab. Your dad, he takes a drink out of the beer, go get a swab and get some of that. Your mom puts her lipstick on, you go get some of that lipstick and say, all right, does this add up? Go talk to a geneticist and see if you can find out.
That was a kind of a black pill to swallow. Was the whole everybody always wants to have a son, right? I want to carry on the name. I want a son. I want a son. I want a son, right? I want to carry on the name. And I'm like, I've got daughters. I am guaranteed whatever kids they have, I know are related to me. If I had sons and they got married and had a kid, I don't know if that kid is related to me or not. So actually carrying on your bloodline is much better through a female than a male, because the males can get cucked, and that's, yeah.
All right. Elijah Woods, $4.99. Do you think blacks should pay reparations for destroying our cities and getting to live in America instead of Africa? No, because I don't think the black descendants here had a choice in coming to the United States. And even though slavery has long been gone, that their great grand people were slaves, and I think it's about equal now.
He's agreeing and amplifying on the whole reparations thing, which maybe you could use as a tactic to fight the idea of reparations.
No, because
all we really want, we just want to be left alone. That's all we want. We don't want.
Reparations is going to happen. You know why?
Think so?
Oh yeah. Because the little kid, what little white kids remain, are going to be propagandized to think, look at how self-hating Gen Z and millennials are. They're going to, and everyone's going to have to virtue signal. And it's in the obvious financial interests of black descendants today to have that, though there will be an intellectual 10%, an intellectually honest 10% say, no, it was the Republicans who fought the fucking war to free us, and that was long ago, and it's going to happen.
But how is it going to happen through debt, though? That's how it's going to happen.
And who's going to pay that debt?
Everybody through inflation.
Who's going to be around?
Right.
Demographically speaking.
But I mean, if they're just going to print money or just take out debt to pay a bunch of people basically a stimulus payment, right? They'll say it'll be good for the economy. It's just going to cheapen the dollars, and all you responsible black people are going to have less money at the end of it because of all this fucking free money that's given out to everybody else. Stop with the logic.
Just stop. No one cares. No one wants to even go. Half the people don't even know what hyperinflation is.
Yeah.
So, no, if you want to be intellectually honest about it and bring some math into it, I calculated what dollar amount black generations over the generations have received since the Great Society was implemented, in terms of government handouts beyond their proportional representation of the population. And it depends on what you want to, variables and estimates and all that, but it's around $6 trillion. Yeah, that's what they've received over the course of the decades. Yeah, millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions over the
extra than their proportion of the population. Okay,
right. There's 100. If you divide it by per capita, everyone gets an X amount. And
that's not counting police presence.
No, this is just going to the state and federal
welfare
budgets and just welfare handouts. It's $6 trillion, plus or minus $2 trillion, because again, the estimates are very hard to do. And I'd say, well, there's your reparations, right? This doesn't bring up things like affirmative action, lowering standards, blah blah blah. Scholarships.
How many people died in the Civil War? And
well, you can argue that too. But it does. That's not gonna. That'll fall on deaf ears because we want money.
It's math.
Black standard.
The maths is hard. It's easier just to say free money.
It's incentives. I want free money. We'll say one side, and then the people who are going to pay for it is like, oh, look at me. I'm going to cut open because who's going to pay, DT?
Nobody. It's going to be debt.
In the minds of liberal leftists, who's going to pay for
rich
reparation?
people?
The rich people.
Yeah.
Oh, those rich people. Look at those nasty rich people.
Seriously, though, here's a question for you. If Black people could stop with the affirmative action and stop with the racism, accusing everybody of racism and all the things that we hate, right?
Yeah.
In exchange for reparations, would you do it? Would you advocate for it?
You can't, because
getting rid of affirmative action forever.
No. It wouldn't go away.
But that's what I'm saying.
What would happen is they get reparations. What is the okay? This has nothing to do.
I'm not saying. I'm saying this is fantasy land.
I know. I know. I'm trying to explain. I'm trying to give you the answer. What is the job of every leftist? The number one job, black, white, doesn't matter. What is their job? If you look at the average day of a leftist, what is the majority of their activism or political actions invested in? What do they spend the majority of their time on politically?
Identity politics, I suppose.
That's a subcategory of this. What is that when you focus on identity politics or we're women?
Just easy answers, or it's just
why?
I would say destruction, but that's
no, it's not destruction. In their mind, it isn't. They think there's this unlimited amount of money out there and wealth and rich people. They just think they don't even know the difference between $1 billion and $1 trillion.
They're just interested in theft.
Theft. Can I go up to you and say, DT, I'm a lazy fuck. Give me your fucking money.
If you have a gun, you can.
If I have a gun, but what is that admitting?
That's the theft.
It's theft. I'm a thief.
It's armed robbery, basically. Yeah.
The job of Democrats, the majority of their time, is spent coming up with reasons and rationalizations as to why they're allowed to steal other people's money.
Right. Yep.
Now, when you have something that's a visual thing that's easily identifiable, such as race, you can claim racism. Although that does have some legitimate, authentic origins. There was racism in the past,
and there are actual racists today.
And there are, you're not going to ever get rid of it. It's an unnecessary evil of humanity that's going to go down.
Anyway, of humanity, like you said, of humanity. There's black racists
right.
too.
Okay, yes, there's okay. Yeah. Women are going to go and play the victim card as well. Okay, because you can usually see, oh, that's a woman. Oh, we're oppressed because of the reasons and the patriarchy, whether or not they actually believe it or not. How do white males get in on this oppression Olympics?
Well, yeah, being gay, being
there
trans.
You go. A paraplegic sexual. That's one.
Yeah, crippled, mentally deficient.
Disability, mental illness. Yeah. I have the his. Oh, I'm bipolar. I got this. I got that. It doesn't matter what your skin color is or your race is or your gender or whatever. Those are easy traits to be identified. So that's the flag you rally under or the the hostage you put the gun to. But everyone will come up with every reason. To come up with a reason to take away.
So you're not saying that. So you're saying that they'll just come up with something, another reason.
Just come up with something else. They'll just come. So you could pay reparations. But to
just get rid of that one aspect, the race aspect,
because there's still
that we never have to hear racist again.
No, you're still.
No, I'm saying Fantasyland. There's nothing that's gone.
That's gone, like Fantasyland.
Fantasyland, Fantasyland. The media, the price is reparations. Price is reparations.
Well, how much? What do you?
Doesn't matter how much it is.
I guess we just print it off, right?
Yes.
I'd say
never have to hear that ever again, and no more affirmative action.
And there's no more affirmative action.
Yeah.
Oh, it's worth $10 billion. It's a steal. It's a steal because you're talking of all future humanity. We get rid of it. Yeah. No, it'll be totally worth it. Yeah.
Yeah. But they'll never do that. But what I'm saying is that's the card you lay out in front of them. You say, okay, well, this is what it's going to take, and then I'll agree with you.
They'll take it, but then and one generation.
And you go, we got a contract here. No more fucking using their R word.
But
the R word's like the N word now.
we were leveraged into it. We didn't know. We didn't do the math. We didn't know the difference between $1 billion and $1 trillion. We were lied to. The white man screwed. It would get to the point, no matter what aggrieved group you bought out, not only would they not honor it, they would find a way to spin it that they got screwed. Right. You know?
And we'd have a new expression other than Indian giver, right? It would be something else. It'd be after reparations.
I'm gonna be dead. I don't care, man. My goal is to smoke as many cigars as I possibly can and hike as many hills and ride as much motorcycle. That's what I'm.
Well, we spent enough time on the reparations. I was just curious if I think it would be a steal to get rid of that in perpetuity. It would be. I'll be all for it.
Yeah, but that's not good. United States going to be around that long anyway. Chad Belkins, the third, for $2. DT, do the Vikings stand a chance this weekend?
Well, I heard that what's his name had maybe an ankle injury. What's Adam Thielen? Which you like the story of Adam Thielen, right?
Yeah, Thielen. Yeah, he's that
guy. No, seriously. Do you like the story of him?
I don't even know who the fuck he is.
He was a walk-on. He wasn't drafted. A walk-on means you show up at training camp.
Okay.
And he's one of the best receivers in the league.
So he was just he just played local ball.
He played dipstick football at local colleges in Minnesota and decided, I'm going to try out for the Vikings. And now he's one of the league elite receivers. It's just a good story about.
I like that story.
Yeah.
I like that story.
But he's potentially got a sprained ankle. And Diggs had some kind of illness, another receiver. So everybody needs to be healthy for there to be a chance.
Holy shit. What's going to happen? What happens if the Vikings lose?
Nothing.
You sure?
Nothing.
Another plane ain't going to be shot out of the sky if the Vikings lose?
I'm having fun. I'm actually having fun watching this year because they've been good, well-fought games. They've been close. I like to see good games where the guys are out there, They're exactly. They're going crazy because it could be the last game of the year.
My favorite is their dumb jamoke dances where they put their penis in front of the football.
Well, I think some of them are claiming they're playing air guitar, but then they're playing air guitar like Elvis. So I don't know exactly if they're slapping an ass or if they're playing air guitar. But anyway, it'll be fun
I'd like
to
to
watch.
say something about what I'd like to happen to a sports ball game, but I can't.
No, don't
So
say
I'll just
that.
smile
Don't
here.
say that.
I hope the big guys get the ball over there. They do the singing, they dance.
No, I think it's way too. It's entertainment. That's all it is. But there's way too much attention paid to it.
Did you see? Well, no, you did. There was a there must have been a slip. There's a group of people that need to be shot. Where there's a cult now, like it's a church, it's the religion of the Vikings, and they ordain you into the order of the Vikings, and there's like a room
Is
with
this
all Viking
football Vikings or
football
is this actual
Vikings. No,
Odin worship?
not God of Odin and
Because that's kind of cool. But
anyway, I wish it was that cool, but it's not. It's a bunch of fat people who
that's pathetic.
actually have like this order, and they did the local news story on it, and someone sent it to me, and I'm like, yeah, they could leave the gene pool at any moment now, and I'd be perfectly okay.
That's not a good god to worship. I mean, they're losers. They've never won a Super Bowl. Why would you worship the Viking god? You're guaranteed to be disappointed. It doesn't even make sense, is what I'm saying.
So do they stand a chance this weekend?
Sure, there's always a chance in these games.
Always a chance.
There's always a chance. They're the underdog,
always
but
a chance.
That's why you tune in, man, because there can be upsets for sure.
I have a question for you, DT.
Huh.
I want you to be perfectly honest, okay? You line up all the Minnesota Vikings fans, okay? All the guys, right? Who are married, right?
Okay.
Follow me so far. All male married Vikings fans, right?
There's a lot of them, yeah.
Okay, a lot of them, probably millions. What percentage of them would let the quarterback fuck their wives to say, the guy fucked my wife, the Minnesota quarterback fucked my wife? What percent? Or Thiessen, or whoever the most popular Viking guy is. What percent?
I was going to say Kirk Cousins is like this huge Christian, so that would be really funny. The quarterback being this huge Christian guy. Yeah, you could fuck my wife.
What percent of the men value the Minnesota Vikings more than their relationship with their wife?
God. I would say... Well, see, a lot of them are fat and ugly anyway.
The wives?
Yeah, both.
Yeah, you got a point there. Yeah,
both. So, I mean, see, it's a safe answer saying 50%. But I think I think it would maybe be even just a little higher than 50%.
I think more than half. Okay.
If they could meet the guy.
Yeah, you get to meet the guy. Sure, yeah, why the hell not?
You get autograph.
You get to have dinner with the guy.
Take a selfie with him.
Take a selfie with him. Bang your wife in the back.
Yeah, maybe 50%. Depends on how much beer they've had. Maybe.
Okay, Juan again. Juan, save some money for your kids. I signed up for.
Here's real. Okay, I got to add one thing to that. I got to add one thing.
Hang on. All right, I got to pee. Let's take a break. All right.
Sure. Well, I'll just add it while you're peeing.
All right, and then you go take a break. I'm gonna get more coffee, and then we'll come back.
Okay. I don't know if he wants me to keep talking. Maybe I will. The one thing I was going to add is I think it would be even higher if there was a chance that the guy could get cucked by an elite athlete with his wife and be able to raise an athlete child. That's really cynical. But I think, you mean not only will you have sex with my wife, but there's a chance that I might have a cucked kid that could become a superstar NFL athlete? So I won't add that. I won't. We'll start fresh when Clarey gets back. I'll take a quick break too.
Still there, DT? Oh, he's off then. He's probably taking a break. I got to find a book. I had it here. I had to advertise it. You know what? Let's go through some sponsors real quick while I'm here. That'll be a good use of time. And make sure I'm not muted. I am not muted. All right. academiccomposition.com. If you guys would kindly go to academiccomposition.com for having all of your college paper writing needs done by a professional so that you don't have to write your papers, go to academiccomposition.com, or Alex and his writing staff will write your papers for you. If you also are looking for a job, he's always hiring writers or advertisers. Neither of the jobs are fun, but they can be done from home. And that's always a good thing, so you can work from home or a beach or wherever you want because we have the internet and you're not a fucking boomer. I'm very hopeful. I'm going to see that. I'm going to see that happen before I die. And that is, there'll be this, why the fuck do we have offices? You guys will see it. Mark my words. You guys will see it where downtown skyscrapers turn into massive housing. And that will be one of the better silver linings of the millennial generation. You'll all be able to live downtown in these converted skyscrapers. So that will depress housing prices and rental prices. I think that is one of the few things to look forward to. Piggott, our good buddy Adam Piggott. Go to pushingrubberdownhill.com and you'll visit my buddy Adam. And Adam has a whole bunch of stuff going on. He's got his blog, which is pushingrubberdownhill.com. He has his book, Pushing Rubber Downhill, by the same name. He also has another book called Run, Guts, Pull Cones. And he also has a podcast, all located at the website, pushingrubberdownhill.com. I have not read Run, Guts, Pull Cones because I'm a lazy fuck. But I have read Pushing Rubber Downhill, which is a mandatory book because it's the hero's journey. Every young man should read that. Every old man should read it. It's a
journey.
It is a journey. No, it's the hero's journey. He starts off as a loser and he comes back a man.
I'm just saying that word, journey.
Yeah. Oh. Do you know the beginning of the story?
Of what story?
Adam Piggott's story, his life?
No.
It's great. He's in Perth. You know Perth, way on the other side of Australia, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. His girlfriend goes to Sydney.
Okay.
It was in 1995, something in the mid-90s. She doesn't break up with him, but acts weird and dumb, and he's an 18-year-old dumb kid.
And there's the entire outback in between them.
He gets this piece of shit crotch rocket that he, to this day, is surprised makes it and drives it all the way across Australia.
Through the outback?
Through the outback.
Where they've got the semis that have the 4 trailers attached to them and stuff?
Right,
yeah.
right. So he's hauling all the way across. I think he broke down, ran into another motorcyclist and got over there. This is before the internet. He's trying to call her. She's not pick up the phone. And he just stops at her place. And guess what?
You go ahead and say.
She breaks up with him there. She's like, we're not dating anymore.
He just drove through the outback.
On a crotch rocket. You know how painful it is to drive across a crotch rocket?
But now he can say he drove across the outback, right?
This is why it's the hero's journey. This is why Pushing Rubber Downhill is a mandatory read that I hold up there with The Way of Men, Bachelor Economics, Roll Tomasi's books, because you see it. You see every mistake as a dipshit, idealistic, horny teenage boy, and life just kicks the ever-living shit out of him, and he becomes a man. Trial and error, runs a bar, nightclub, he's a whitewater rafter, all the traveling he's done. It's a hero's journey. It's worth it. And you could
Mad Maxed it across Australia. Mad Max and across the desert.
He did.
See, that's like the one thing I'd like to see in Australia is the desolation. That's what,
Well, you see a lot of it now with the fires.
Right. Beautiful, coastline. DT wants to see the desolation of the desert.
Then we also have Personal Finance 505. You could go to payhip.com/B/WCNJ or just search Personal Finance 505. It's $100 His story: in my teens, I had a fascination with personal finance, real estate, and investments. Everyone is an expert in the world of finance. Unfortunately for me and billions of people around the world, the system showed how much it really didn't care about me anymore, or anyone else for that matter, in 2008 to 2009. The only thing I was to the system was a number. The system was designed to help itself. The model the gurus touted did not work. It just left me with a halved portfolio. This was the story of so many people. At the time, I was so well into my research and innovation into the financial space. I wanted a fresh start. So did many others. I took my wide-ranging experience in finance, personal finance, consulting, research, and investment to the next level. The answer was to refurbish the old model and make something completely new. I did just that. So that's his book, Personal Finance 505. Take a look at that at the website I just read there. I'll put the link in the chat room here. There we go. And that's that. What else we got? You go to my Patreon, patreon.com/Aaron Clarey. I'm just trying to get through. You guys all know my books. Bachelor Pad Economics, Worthless, Enjoy the Decline, Black Man's Guide Out of Poverty, Curse of the High IQ, Reconnaissance Man, and the upcoming one, How Not to Become a Millennial. That's going to be a really good one. Although I wouldn't try and read it in one sitting. You'll probably kill yourself. The Pence Principle. I don't have to show that. Basically how to Me Too proof yourself. Me Too proof yourself by getting the Pence Principle. Written by Randy Bentwick. He's got 2 kids, both sons, and he didn't want his sons. He saw it like, I think one kid was 14, the other was 12, and that was when the who's the Supreme Court Justice?
Kavanaugh.
Brett Kavanaugh thing was going on. He's like, holy shit, my kids are going to go off to college. Heck, wasn't Kavanaugh accused of something in high school?
I think it was both, yeah, but it was mainly college, I think, yeah.
Anyway, that's a mandatory read for every one of your boys. If you're going to vaccinate your kids against tuberculosis and tetanus, what else do we vaccinate? Measles?
We do all kinds of. We do everything now. Chicken pox.
Yeah. So you vaccinate them against that. There's a very low chance you'll ever get tetanus. But what are the chances, DT, of a young man being born today of being Me Too'd, accused of some kind of?
Oh God.
Oh, he sexually assaulted me or sexually harassed me or something like that.
Yeah, it's way too high. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, there's a high chance of that. So if you're going to get your kids vaccinated against diseases, why don't you vaccinate them against this? This is a much more real chance of this happening. The Pence Principle by Randy Bentwick, available Amazon.com. Here it is. I did my books. I did that. I'm not going to go through the rest of my crap. AssholeConsulting.com. If you guys kindly would go to AssholeConsulting.com.
You're not going to go through all your content. You're not going to go through all of it.
It takes too long, and I'm burnt out. I'm really writing a book taxes. I mean, imagine half your energy gone every day writing. You just don't have the energy for anything else, even promoting your own shit.
Yeah, your own shit, not your own content, right?
My own shit, right? I don't have content. I just got really good shit,
right?
Yeah. So I don't need to. Go buy my books there. That's what I'm saying. Look me up on the internet. Go to Amazon.com, search Aaron Clarey. There's some books there that are going to be of great benefit to you. I don't know how much more of an argument I can make that if you read my books, you are guaranteed to come out better than the millennials ever did or ever will. So I don't know. Drop the $100 on buying all my books, and it's going to be more valuable than a degree in college, because college degrees are worthless nowadays.
Here's a question for you, Aaron. Yeah. I just typed into Google like you suggested your name, but I added content on it.
Okay.
Just because that's the continuing joke here. Sure. How come this video with you on engineered truth is always at the top? Oh,
Matt Tran is huge. He's very huge. Yeah, he's got way more pull than me. I'm sure he's got 250,000. Yeah. So I did an interview with him, and it'd be like interviewing with Joe Rogan.
Okay.
If you did that, that's going to be the first thing that pops up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just curious, since I don't know, since I'm,
Oh, may I point out something to show you how worthless modern day media is?
Sure.
What didn't come up as number one?
Well, number one is actually Aaron Clarey, Amazon.com. So it's
okay. All right. What was where did I make global news?
The Mad Max.
The Mad Max thing
review.
through a bunch of fucking tabloid, no-name, fucking worthless nobodies. All right.
Hey.
That was the world's most hated guy ever. Well, how come that's not number one?
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
DT, focus. Why is that not number one?
Because I don't know.
They're obsolete. They're not relevant anymore.
Yeah, right.
Matt Tran's got more pull.
Right.
I mean, the citizen journalists have more pull. You guys want to go on that sinking ship of the Titanic, the USS Journalism Titanic, by all means, go ahead.
You're on some site called incels.wiki.
I'm sure I am.
That's like the 10th one. All of it's positive. That's the first negative one is incels.wiki. So that's not too bad.
It's not too. What do I care? I bang 30 girls by 30. Okay, I'm not an incel.
No, I know.
Yeah.
No, you don't care about the negative reviews, and I would. I'm not going to name anybody by name, but I'm really getting sick of a big name out there complaining about his Amazon reviews. So
Who?
You haven't seen this on Facebook?
Okay, well,
he's a big effing name, and I'm really tired of him.
Text me or something. We don't need to besmirch people here.
I know that's my point. He does really good work, but man,
you know what? I don't care. Remember when all the I forgot what group it was.
And he shouldn't either. He should not be caring. And it's just it makes my spider sense go,
You know what?
This guy isn't what I think he is if he's complaining about this shit all the time.
Are you going to stop it?
No.
And also keep in mind, it's amazing when people give you 1-star reviews on Amazon. You know what happens?
People downvote that 1 star, probably.
No, you get more people. Sales. You want to know why? Because the perfect book, no one wants to buy the perfect book. The best books are the ones that got a ton of 5s and a ton of 1s because it's controversial. It's different.
Right. Yeah, right.
I forgot what it was. I did something on the internet, and a bunch of people got sand in their vaginas, and everyone started downvoting. I forget which book. And then it didn't affect book sales. It went up, actually.
Right.
So, I mean, and it's like, I originally went in there and said, hey, these are all fake reviews. And then I'm like, well, it's not affecting book sales. What the fuck do I care?
Right.
I got other shit to do.
And you know what has been a problem for artists and musicians and chefs and anybody that creates something that is reviewed, anybody that creates something that is reviewed throughout time immemorial, they've had problem with people doing bad reviews of their product. Right. It's a part of doing business. You can't worry about it.
Here, do you even listen to the reviews on Rotten Tomatoes or movie reviewers anymore?
Oh, not really. If I'm curious, sometimes I'll read them just to get a sense, but no, I don't obsess over it. No.
To borrow your parlance, the filth of the internet who troll and, 15 years ago it was something because it was new, the internet. Now everyone knows. Do you think anyone listens to the news? Like, do you believe a news story, even if it comes from Fox? Do you believe it, or do you always? No. Hey, go downvote people. Chad Elkins is all worried about people. Oh, people review me on Yelp negative. Who gives a shit? Yeah. It's going to be the same thing that it always is. Reputable people giving you reputable clients. People are going to buy my book to say, damn, this book's really good. Hey, Bob, you got to read it. So so you can tell me later. All right, I got to get through these here. Juan Corbera, $4.99. I signed up for mechanical engineering. I was told I was better off with Chicano studies degree. I ended up dropping out. What, of mechanical engineering?
Hope not.
That's
what I was trying to, If he's trying to get a job in mechanical engineering, he couldn't have dropped out of mechanical engineering, right?
I got to scroll back up. There's Darkman Jeff. Kevin McCulmer. My family tree is French nobility down to 1,500.
You sure? That's sort of...
Young Sykes for $5. Cappy, I've been saying that for years. The laws need to be changed. There needs to be mandatory DNA testing before or after childbirth. I don't care. there's this genetic piece where it's kind of like, I could see logically why people want to have kids, why kids is the most important thing. I know it's because it's true, but I am so burned off by kids and just to survive. I'm so happy I got a vasectomy. I'm so happy I'm not having kids, that I look at this shit show with marriage. Like, I thought when the parents got divorced, not my parents, I'm saying parents in general of the baby boomer generation, when they got divorced, Gen X would straighten up and fly right. Nope. Everybody's a piece of shit. This marriage, wedding, children, family thing, fuck it. It's a cesspool. And so I'm fine. Yeah, you could go ahead, get DNA tested. Fine. Go ahead. I don't care. Not my problem. We don't need reparations. All women will waste it. God almighty. I did research on what women spend their money on.
Right. They're 80% of the purchasing decisions. And
no, that's a misnomer. They influence 80% of the decisions or make them outright.
But look at what the economy values. So that's all you need to know.
Yes, they disproportionately influence purchasing decisions, but they're not in control of 80%, 100%. That's not it. But yeah, if it weren't for men buying stupid shit like sports cars and boats, like if you took away men's toys, which are predominantly stupid, I can see a lawnmower. That makes sense. You get some utility out of that. Women just piss away money.
Right.
Men piss it away on big ticket items and dumb business ideas. Women piss it away on the dumbest fucking shit. And if you really, here's what I get a kick. Women disproportionately vote Democrat and all that. It's like, if you took half the money you spend on shit you don't need, you could actually feed Africa. Or whatever country you want, whatever your fucking masturbation politics is today. You could solve that problem if you just didn't buy the $400 fucking pair of shoes and went to pay less and got them for $20.
You know what I found in my vanity? See, I've got my own vanity now at the new compound in the bathroom.
Okay. Yes.
I found like a 25-year-old bottle of cologne.
Oh, cool. Still good?
That's not what happens with women. They'll buy new cologne. You know what I mean? That it says it all right there. I mean, we don't fill our vanity with all kinds of creams and they all just, it just builds up.
It gets dust on it. You can you can do the finger mark. Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They don't use all their stuff that they buy.
The greatest thing is when we had to move, I sold my place. I was packed and ready to go in under 2 hours. I think it was two or three, no more than 3, certainly no more than 3. And the GF saw all my stuff neatly organized, and boxed and ready to go. Takes up, like a quarter of a wall. There's all of my wealth and personal objects in life. And it took her, I think, 3 days. Sure. And I said, I'm not helping you. I am not helping you. And guess what ended up happening?
She gave away or threw away a bunch of
shit got thrown out. Ton of shit got thrown out. And that was purged. It's just, guys, sometimes like, no, I'm not helping you.
Right.
And you know what else? I'm not moving your boxes into the moving truck. I purposely am a minimalist for this moment in time because moving fucking sucks.
It does.
Sit there and drink my beer and smoke my cigar while I watch you haul your worthless crap back and forth for the day. It's just like, yeah, I'm just going to sit here. And then we learned.
We've moved 3 times in our life. Once overseas, once back from overseas, and then once here to the Black Hills, and I'm not doing it anymore. Somehow, because when you're moving a family, you have to make sure everything gets moved. And this was 3 strikes and you're out. I am not doing that ever again.
Yep.
Because they just don't, women do not understand time. No. They don't understand priority. No. They don't understand, just sticking to something until it's done. And I'm just not picking up that slack anymore. It's not happening ever again.
Me and Rich Cooper got a debate going, not a huge debate. We just, and not even it's just kind of like, oh, you're right. Kind of like, I see your point, but this. And he's like, oh, I see your point, but that. I'm like, oh. And that is, can women be trained? And I'm starting to realize you don't have a choice. If you're going to get married or stick with, it's like, no, we're doing X, Y, and Z, and I'm not lifting a finger. And if you don't train, if you don't hold to your guns, they will run over you because they don't know any better. They'll think like, oh, I bought this, oh, I bought that.
See, I sort of agree that they can't be trained. but
I disagree. I've trained
but
it. No,
you can't-
I disagree.
they
I have
don't learn.
empirical
I
proof.
mean, well, I mean, it's you have to be hands off so that consequences are realized.
Yes.
I think that's
Yes.
if you consider that training, then
Mhm.
that's training. But like I said before, when you think you've earned respect and you think you've earned, yeah, this guy's smart, he knows what he's talking about.
No.
And, no, you don't. So that's why it's let it burn. It's like let it burn in every aspect of your life. That is the answer.
I get a kick, not to toot my own horn, but I am the American success story. Okay, not a millionaire or anything like that. Not even $100,000 I'm a guy that came from pretty shit conditions, no help, busted my ass off, had more trials and tribulations, and then through trial and error and entrepreneurship and innovation, creation, and failure, all of a sudden, holy shit, we made it. And now
plus you can sleep at night.
Yeah, I can sleep at night. Why wouldn't I be able to sleep at night?
If you fucking compromise yourself to succeed.
Oh, I
That's
see.
what I'm saying.
No, even then,
there's a lot of American
I've
success.
Said it before.
Yeah.
I've said it before, and everyone deep down inside will probably agree with me. If someone had came up to me and say, "I'll give you a blow," no, not give you. You give me a blowjob for $250,000, I would have totally done it back at 18, 19. I would have been perfectly fine with it by today's standards. Absolutely.
Well, you're not hurting. I'm saying hurting other people.
Or like stealing from somebody,
or just or just engaging in a scam, or taking advantage of gullible people. Your Operation Evil will allow you to do that, but the only reason why you're willing to do Operation Evil is because you've given it this real effort to do it the right way.
To do it right, yes. I did try to do it honest and truthfully, yes. So, no, I never really considered that. But yeah, I could sleep well at night. So here's this, from nothing, no fucking help, nothing. Now the GF, she didn't come from wealth either, but parents together and a little bit of help and lived at home and, kind of muddled through. And here I am with a house paid off.
Right.
Before she even owns one, with no fucking help, none. And there's times where I'm like, yeah, we got to do X, Y, and Z. And then there'll be those, well, why? And I've had to pull out the car. I'm sorry. Did I have any help from my parents? You could just see as a no. Did you own a house at 24? No. Have I ever asked anybody for any fucking money? No. Am I self-employed and could work from wherever I want any time of fucking day? You're like, yeah, okay then. Do this. Don't ask me why. You'll never get the respect.
See, that's the thing. You have to go.
How much? Let me ask you this. I'd love to get him on Buzz Aldrin. I'd love to see if Buzz Aldrin's wife ever questioned him about anything. He landed on the fucking moon.
On the fucking moon. Yeah.
Buzz, why didn't you replace the toilet paper? Like, here's this guy thinking about science and physics and gravity, and like maybe he just didn't want to,
right.
Don't mix the whites with the colors.
Here's an actual example. The guy that wrote, he's very popular, famous. I think he actually was a good man too. Mm-hmm. The guy that wrote The Purpose-Driven Life, back when I was a Christian, we read that. Did you ever hear about that book?
Yeah, you've mentioned it before.
Very popular book, very popular pastor. And he was on an interview one time and he basically said, I don't know if my wife even liked me. So here's this guy that's like helping millions of people with their faith and finding purpose in this life. And he thinks his wife hates him.
Yeah. And I think it's like, if you find the right one, but there's still this hardwired, no matter how logical, no matter how much empirical data, it's going to be the, oh, look at this sweater, look at this thing, look at that thing. I'm like, don't bring that in my house. Well, why? It's like, well, you could get a storage. You got it. You have to, and forget train. It's just, you got to hold your ground. Otherwise, you're going to have, if you let a woman run rampant, you will have a house that is of a hoarder status.
Yes.
You have to. So maybe it's not training. You'll never get them to capitulate or see the wisdom.
No, it's just saying no.
It's just like, no, we're not doing that. And this bullshit about, co-leading and co-parenting and all, let's have a communal. No, I'm the fucking man. Fuck you. That's why. Now do this.
Somebody needs to be the asshole. And it's
right.
And that's what
for it.
leaders are assholes, because saying no is being an asshole. You're going to hurt somebody's feelings when you say no.
Ronan Boyle, for 2 British pounds camping, how much will your new house be worth? Based on cost, it'll be 225-ish, under 250. It's not a big house. Not a big old Capmeister, not a big house. No, I'm not getting a big house.
Because you don't want to fill it up with shit.
Well, I don't want to fill it up with shit, but I don't want to clean a big house. I
No,
don't want to heat a big house.
We've doubled the size of our house from Hunker Bunker 1 to Hunker Bunker 2. And
right. You've got rooms you haven't even explored yet at that house.
Yeah, I love it here. I really, really love it here. It's awesome. But there is a lot of wisdom to staying in a small house. I
can't wait till you got to paint your house. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, I don't mind working. You know me. I don't mind being productive and working.
I know. But I remember my small little dinky house that I had. And I was like having to paint that. Oh, it was a pain in the ass. I'm like, no, I'm going to cite it. Dang it. I think we're done with super chats. I think I caught up to all of them.
Let me check here quick.
Let me double check. Did I miss any?
I thought there was let's see.
I got Ryan Boyle for 2 British pounds.
Yeah, you got them all. Yep.
I got them all?
Yep.
Sweet. Hang on. Real quick notice to show that this isn't bullshit, to show that I am correct. Oh, let's get this out of the way.
So you got some articles.
Just a short one. We don't need to go into you ever listen to Joe Souchere, Garage Logic, or even Rush Limbaugh or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I listen to Alex Jones pretty much every day.
They'll go over and believe. And you know what? That was the script. That's how you did it. I think we could just go faster here. The premise is: do you work for corporate America?
Me?
No. As a policy, should any listener here be going and working for corporate America?
No.
Why?
It's bullshit. It's you're not going to. I mean, if you think government's really bad, corporate America is slightly better.
Right. And 20 years ago, corporate America was bullshit. Now, with all the politics getting involved, fuck it. There's no reason anyone of any talent, anyone of any excellence or caliber should go in there. Now, this isn't made law. This has just been submitted to the state of Washington legislature. Beginning no later than January 1st, 2020, each public company must have a gender-diverse board of directors, or that public company must comply with the requirements in subsection 2 of this section. For purposes of this section, a public company is deemed to have a gender-diverse board of directors if, for at least 270 days of the fiscal year preceding, look at all this fucking, look at this fucking bullshit.
Right.
You can't just go work. You can't just show up and do your fucking job.
Yeah. So for 270 days of the year, we'll have diverse decisions being made, but we'll save for those last days of the year the really important decisions.
Corporations are going to have to do that.
Yes, exactly.
They are. They're going to set. You know what they're going to do? They're going to set up. They're going to set up an operating company, and they're going to set up a holding company, and the holding company will have all the power, and the operating company will just be this big masturbation fest, like most HR and CSR departments are. It's like, yeah, okay, play make believe with your, they're going to be little people in a sandbox, imagining they're big corporate executive types, and all the power will be with the holding company.
Now they'll plan the holiday party in those first 270 days.
Or guess what will happen?
What? They'll move out of Washington State.
No. Maybe. Well, they can move out of Washington State. That's another thing to do. But what's an easier thing to do?
I don't know.
I'll read it again. Each public company must have a gender diverse board of directors.
They just go private.
They go private.
Yeah. Which they're doing now anyway. They're with all the buybacks.
Right.
These companies are using this cheap fake debt to buy back their shares.
They're buying it back. Yeah. Individuals who self-identify as women comprised at least 25%. Here's another loophole. There's an out. I'm a woman.
It's Dawn T. D-A-W-N.
My name is Aronika. And I'm just the evil right-wing libertarian asshole you think I am. And by gosh, I'm going to vote this.
Self-identify. The 270s will be called the 270 self-identifiers. There you go. There's a way to angle it too. You could be the self-identifying one, so these corporations can use you to be on their board.
Right. And they're going to come in and say, you can't self-identify. You're just a bunch of white men.
You got a beard.
Like, why are you against trans? Why are you so transphobic or trans whatever? And then they'll shut up.
Right.
Of at least 25% of the directors serving on the board of directors. What about minorities? See, it's only the women's.
Right.
It's only the women's here.
Right. Well, because they got more pull. They're 50%. They got more voting power.
Yeah, if a public company does not have a gender diverse board of directors, blah, 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 blah. We don't have to go over the rest of it. What's the consequence of this?
Those companies are going to suck, or they'll get around it, like you said.
And if it's at that level, it's going to be at every level.
Right.
You're not going to look, let's say you're Dark Man Jeff, okay, who happens to be a black guy. He just wants to be an accountant. That's what he is. He's going to be a CPA. If not, he's a CPA already. What do you think Dark Man Jeff wants to do when he commutes? He goes down to the office and he gets into his desk. What does he want to do?
Not have to deal with stupid shit.
Accounting, presumably.
Yeah.
Do you think just because he's black, he can't? How many minority people do you think can't wait for the diversity meeting? Huh? Fucking Christ. I can't. He doesn't want to deal with that. Nobody wants to. So if you have the slightest bit of self-respect, you'll leave, because this has been taken over, or infected at least, by mentally ill people. If you think you have value because you have your degree in diversity and inclusion, and you sit on some fucking made-up board, and you're going to start issuing decrees and directives to a corporation, who the fuck wants to be on that insane asylum of a ship?
Not anybody that wants to be productive and kick ass. I mean, there's plenty of people that are like, hey, it's diversity training today. Great. I can go there and basically nap with my eyes open.
Right. My brain can't handle that. I couldn't.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. There was one time where they said, well, you need to take diversity train or some train. I'm like, no, I don't. No, we can't hire you if you can. And I was like, God dang it, I wish I had money so I could tell them to fuck off. And I didn't have money. Now I almost want to apply for jobs. Well, we got to take diversity. No, I don't. No, motherfucker, I don't. You can fire me. I don't care. And if you want me to take diversity training, you are paying me 3 times my normal salary. So there is that. Would you like some good news?
Yeah, a little Cappy silver lining.
Somebody sent me this to me. This was written late in 2019. CEO of $62 million company was abandoned in a dumpster as a baby. Ever hear of this guy?
Holy crap, really?
It's a unique name, Freddie Figures.
It figures.
It's kind of a cool name. Freddie Figures is not just any CEO. His life began with a rough start because right after giving birth, his mother left him in a dumpster, abandoning him. Now at just 29 years old, he is not only a CEO, but a role model as well. Nathan and Betty Figures adopted Freddie 2 days after his birth. According to Inspire More, their love and support helped to shape his sharp intelligence. For example, when he was 9 and got his first computer, it didn't work. However, he fixed it and went on to become a computer technician at the age of 20. He didn't become a journalism major. Don't know if you noticed that. He didn't go and write about the oppression of his skin color. And began developing his own computer services at age 15. According to Inspire More, Figures' proudest invention was the special shoe he created for his father, who was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Figures created a GPS tracking device that also served as a two-way communicator that could be inserted into his father's shoe. As Figures told the Los Angeles Sentinel, I could pick up the phone and say, hey, Dad, where are you at? And he doesn't have to do anything. Just lean down and talk to his shoe, and I could track his location. That program was very successful.
Get Smart. Wasn't that Get Smart?
I haven't watched that yet.
He had the phone in his shoe.
That program was very successful. I had a company reach out to me in Kansas, and they bought the program from me for $2.2 million. Figures used the $2.2 million to open a telecommunications firm called Figures Communications that now values at well over $62 million. Even better is that it's the only company of its kind owned by a person of color in the United States. As a founder and CEO of the company, Figures has already caught the attention of the media due to the company's anti-texting and driving software. In addition, he's also created a cell phone with built-in wireless blue glucose meter for people who have diabetes. But what makes Figures so inspiring is the fact that it's not so much about his success, it is his cultivating a better world. As he states, I'm going to impact this world and change today for a better tomorrow, because money is nothing but a tool. But with that tool, we can impact and change everyday people's lives with opportunities. So I thought that was kind of cool going from a dumpster.
Oh, it's
baby
an
to
awesome
being
story.
Yeah.
I have a question though that I don't know. I just have to ask it.
Mhm.
So he's a black guy?
He looks half black or black. He's person of color.
Okay. Because it said person. Was he adopted by black people or was he adopted by a white family?
I don't know. I'm gonna assume white. I guess we can look up.
That's my cynical. That's my kind of
Well,
So
figures
the black mom
parents.
abandons him in a dumpster, and a couple white people raise him to become this awesome guy.
No, it looks like his Fetty figures. I think his parents are black.
Excellent. Now it's a really, really, really good story.
Well, I don't know. I think if you adopt a kid, that's saintly.
I know,
that
but
is saintly.
You know what? It's a question. You just wonder. Well, is it his upbringing? Is it upbringing that made him as awesome as he is? But no, he had 2 loving black parents. Excellent.
Right. I want, because this is where I want to go. I hope his real mom knows that this kid made it. Yeah. Made millions. Yeah. Just made millions. And she's like so tempted to go and say, well, you owe me because I'm your mom. Because that's how it's going to be in her mind.
If I didn't dump you in that dumpster on that road, if I didn't dump you in the dumpster on that road, you wouldn't have been found. So
yeah, you owe me. Because that's gotta. And I hope that when you have these rare but successful stories where the kid's left or abandoned or even put up for adoption, and then the kid goes and just kicks some fucking ass. I just hope the parents are like sitting there. I just hope they already should feel like shit if they're capable. I don't see this woman being that intelligent where you leave your kid in a dumpster. I don't think such dumb people are capable of guilt or self-inflection. But I do know they're capable of greed and envy and laziness. And I just love to see that woman.
See, this Freddy guy is way too positive and wants to do good things for humanity. Yeah. My mind goes to some kind of weird Cinderella story where he's like, hey, I want to find out who my mom is. Any woman who's dumped a kid in a dumpster can come get your genetics tested. And if you are my mom, I'll give you $1 million. And so all these women would be basically showing up, admitting that they committed murder to get $1 million. That would be my total black pill misanthropy coming through.
You know why we do that?
Because we want to show how horrible people are.
Because we're not as good as Freddy figures. That's just really what it boils down to.
Exactly. He wants.
What? I don't want to be that good. I couldn't even fake it for a minute. Just not my skin, man. Not my skin. I can't do it. So that was the good news there.
It is good news.
Yeah, let's go through any more super chats. Are we good to go? 23. No, all of a sudden everybody got really stingy here. I don't think I've ever had this.
Maybe they're all going to Amazon.
Maybe they're all going. Yes, yeah, that's exactly what's happening.
I didn't give a Blood Chuckles rant to do super chats.
Here's Fernando Covet again. See how well Tarzan turned. How did he turn out? What was the end of that story?
You don't know. He was raised by monkeys.
Right, but didn't they discover it? Wasn't it like King Kong and Fernando? Wasn't King Kong and Tarzan the same story? Like there's this creature in the wilderness and they try to reintroduce him, although King Kong was never supposed to be brought, but he was brought back to the world and he escapes and he gets on the rooftop with the girl.
He's a great, Tarzan's a Greystoke, which is like a royal family from wherever they came from. So,
but do they bring him back to the civilized world?
Yeah.
Okay. And he doesn't fare well there.
I don't know. I mean, I didn't read the whole series, but from the movies, he wanted to go back to the wild, obviously, because that's where he belonged. But he didn't do too bad he kicked people's asses in his suit,
Wait, so it had to be British, right? So he's there running around in the jungle, and some Thaddeus McThaddeus III with this funny looking hat comes in. Oh, I have found the lost Greystoke.
And he falls in love with Jane, right? And so Jane,
they drag a gorgeous woman into the middle of the jungle, of course. Yeah. Right, all right.
And Jane.
So then he goes back to Britain?
Yeah.
Okay. And then he fights people?
Well, yeah, I mean, he gets into adventures and stuff.
Fisticuffs.
Because he's a part of the royal family, and there's probably other royals that would have soon had seen that he had died. Maybe his holdings were dispersed, or who knows. But I don't know the story. But that's what I would guess would be going on.
Okay.
When he came back, since he's a royal, he's got a powerful bloodline, and he comes back and he's this ape man.
Sure. I'm not gonna watch it. I don't.
It's a classic. Edgar Rice Burroughs is great.
You know what comes out today? 1917.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I might go.
There's a lot of hype on that.
Well, you know what the number one deterrent for me of seeing that movie is?
That the critics like it so much.
No, not that I got to go to assigned seating. Like if I have to drive to a small town now to find just a regular movie theater.
Yeah.
And I don't want to. I don't want to do the assigned seating. I really don't.
Have you been to the historic theater in the Black Hills?
The Black Hills Playhouse or downtown?
No, downtown.
No, I haven't. No.
Yeah, maybe we'll go.
Maybe we will. Don't go to the Black Hills Playhouse.
Okay.
It's not worth it. Do you like tetanus?
The historic theater is really cool, and it's never busy. So
All right, I'll check it
out. After movies have done their run in the normal theaters, it gets those movies.
Oh, it's the cheap theater.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I love those. Yeah, they got one down in Hopkins.
Yeah, you just have to wait a little bit. I think Joker's playing there right now. So,
see, you know what? I'm coming there tomorrow. I do want to see Joker, but the GF isn't in dark movies. Okay. Have you seen it or no?
No.
Do you want to see it at all or no?
Yeah, I do, but I can always just wait. But
all right, well, maybe we go see that tomorrow or something.
Yeah.
So that'd be good. All right. How about you plug your stuff, and then we'll call it a day here, and then I'm going to do some asshole consulting.
Well, I do a weekly podcast at blackbrigade.org called The Debrief with DT, and tune in, fall in, soldiers, and trying to get that going. It's basically sort of like this, but a little bit more political, I would say, just kind of talking about the political stories of the day and how they relate to your own personal life, with the basic overall message being let it burn, that there's not much you can do about things. You just got to let consequences happen. So
that's it.
Yeah. Good. It's not a bloodshot rant.
You just slam on Minnesota politics where it's like, oh, these dopes over. And I'm like, fuck, I'm one of those dopes.
No, it's like you said, it's mostly therapy. It's mostly like a diary. It is interesting to take, basically keep an audio diary and record things. So you're able to look back later and see, hey, oh yeah, I can see how that happened and how this happened. And oh man, what a sucker back then. Oh, he was starry-eyed. Just wait. He has no idea what's coming his way.
No, look at that shred of hope he still has left.
Yeah, man. Oh, what a chump.
All right, we're out of here. Take us out.
Toodles.